Welcome to Dunmore, a suburb of the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area and home to the Dunmore High School Bucks. But there are no deer out in the open, at least today, this evening, in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania. Instead, it is the Cavaliers of Scranton. This is the home of the Scranton Prep Cavaliers, and a very defiant team taking on a very defiant opponent. It is your Jersey Shore Bulldogs taking the 2-hour-plus trip past the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area and into Dunmore for what is set to be a high-octane contest. It's the Jersey Shore High School Bulldogs taking on the Scranton Prep Cavaliers, and it's live right here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Great to have you with us as afternoon turns to evening in the northeastern part of the Keystone State, alongside Tom Fleming and color commentator Ryan States. I'm Nicolas Severini, and we're live from Dunmore High School in Dunmore, Pennsylvania, for a non-conference contest that is set to have high implications as the Bulldogs take on the Cavaliers. And Ryan, if you're talking about, if you're neutral watching this game, this is the one for it. You've got two teams making their way through their respective districts. For Scranton in District 2, Jersey Shore in District 4. Still a lot of movement left for both of those standings, especially for the Bulldogs trying to solidify that second place and host of a first-round playoff matchup. You've got Scranton looking to host a first-round playoff matchup of their own. It sets the table for what should be a very fascinating contest here in Dunmore.
A fascinating game and a really good game at that. This is one that it's going to come down to the wire. We're both ready and preparing for a high-scoring, close game here because you mentioned both these teams really good. Scranton Prep 4-4 on the year. They're looking to get over 500. Jersey Shore, they need this win with the high school standings how they are. Jersey Shore, if they want to stay in second place, a big one here against a school like Scranton Prep would certainly help their strength of schedule. This should be a really good game to watch.
The former district champion Scranton against the former district runner-ups, two different districts, of course, in the Bulldogs. Jersey Shore, led by head coach Tom Gravish, they come in with a record of 6-2, with a 3-1 record in the Heartland Athletic Conference, a member of the Heartland Division I and the PIAA District 4 4A division, in which they find themselves in second, but still, honestly, within striking distance, isn't it, against Shamokin? Granted, it is a Shamokin team that is undefeated this season and is expected to potentially even run the table. So Jersey Shore will be looking more behind them in the standings, Ryan, rather than in front of them. If they win their next two, they are pretty much solidified for that second-place position. And the Bulldogs, coming off of that win that we had last week against Penwood, are looking to keep their high spirits.
And that's been the thing. You mentioned them looking behind them in the standings. Athens, the Wildcats, have been chasing them all season, trying to chase them down for that second place finish. Jersey Shore, they need a win in this game to stay in second place, keep ahead of Athens. But you mentioned that game last week. Jersey Shore really put that game together. We were talking about from the game from Hollidaysburg how they would look coming out after that. You play another 5A school in Penwood. Jersey Shore came out. They were absolutely dominant. They were able to play their game their way, and it led to a big victory, and they'll hope to do the same here tonight.
The Cavaliers of Scranton, meanwhile, they come in with a record of 4-4 with a 3-2 record in their conference, respectively. The LFC Division I and the PIAA District 2 3A Division. In the LFC Division I, Scranton Prep find themselves, as mentioned, 3-2. That's in the middle of the pack with North Pocono with an undefeated record and only one losing team. It is actually Scranton Prep, one of their biggest rivals in Scranton of all teams. But Prep have been two different teams this season, Ryan, and we'll talk about the reasons why. But this is a Scranton team that is in excellent form. Reigning district champions. They were favorites to repeat even with the loss of talent. And they come into this game winners of 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Scranton Prep are a really good team, and they have a similar matchup here that I'm sure we'll go into in that game against Delaware Valley that both of them, each team played. But you mentioned Scranton Prep, they're hot off the presses right now. I mean, they are playing their best football. It's a bad time from Jersey Shore's perspective to run into this Cavaliers team. Scranton Prep, like we mentioned, they're sitting at 4-4 right now, 3-2 in conference. So a win here gets them back over 500, gets them right back into the thick of their own playoff hunt. So this is a big game for them as well.
I do not want to sidetrack the opening slate to this one, but I just want to say, because it has to be said, because something has just taken place. while we are discussing this, Ryan, we have not been treated to a kinder group of folks than the Scranton Prep crew. And one of their commentators, Terry Dietz, who we had just spoken to, had just handed us 2 slices of Scranton pizza, which I've never tried before. We're going to have it at the break, but I just want to give a big thank you to everyone at Scranton, Grace Simpson, the athletic director, everyone that has put us in the best spot possible. We're right at midfield, right at the top of the stands. I have never, I would have to say this season especially, and in recent years, been treated better by a better group of people. And in the context of everything taking place, Ryan, we've got such a big game ahead of us, but it has to be said, we need to give a shout to the Scranton folks behind the scenes because they are about as kind as they come, and we hope for a clean and a good contest tonight.
And that's the beauty of high school football is you meet some of the best people in the world, some of the kindest, nicest. And this pizza, we were talking about it off air. They mentioned to us that we need to try the Scranton pizza. They were talking it up, and then you mentioned it as we're getting ready to break down the game. They decided to bring us up a pair of slices for each of us. So big thank you to everyone here at Scranton. Like you mentioned, the hospitality has been out of this world. You know, talking to some fans here in the stands as well. Just some really nice people all around here in Scranton.
Well, we break down some pizza. We will be right back. But when we return, we will break down this matchup between the Cavaliers and the Bulldogs, 2 teams whose records, you'd have to say, might be even better than their records represent, especially for Scranton, maybe even so for Jersey Shore. We'll have our starting lineups, too, as we approach kickoff here at Dunmore between Scranton and Jersey Shore. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
20 minutes till kickoff here from Dunmore High School. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network. It's Jersey Shore, and it is Scranton Prep in week number 9 of the high school football season. We hinted that we were trying some Scranton pizza in the last segment, courtesy of Terry Dietz. And I'd have to say, I reminded Ryan of a grandma pie that you would get. Really crispy, bit of a thick layer, almost looks like a flatbread in a way. It's definitely one I'm having again.
Yeah, very thick kind of pizza. You mentioned like it's one that you're biting into it. You've got to get all the way down in there into it. But I think it was really good.
when I thanked Terry for the slice, he said, hey, that's just Northeast Pennsylvania hospitality. And I tell you what, they might be hospitable, but they know how to play football as well. Scranton, a real tough opponent for the Bulldogs, who come in, as mentioned, with a record of 6-2. They have won Jersey Shore 3 of their last 4. But I think the big key for this for the Bulldogs is they've shown vulnerability even in their wins. Since losing in that overtime heartbreaker against Shamokin, Jersey Shore has given up 20 points or more in their last 3 games afterwards. Of course, they defeated Shikellamy 42-14, Williamsport 67-40. That's not basketball, that's football. Before losing to a very good Hollidaysburg team, a 5A team that we expect to contend in states 52-7. Then they came back and defeated Penwood 44-20. And I would go as far as to say, Ryan, that even in that win 44-20, the Bulldogs looked vulnerable, especially in that second half. They found issues in Penwood. You give that team credit, the inner city Philly school, having to drive all the way to Jersey Shore, having the bus break down, all the factors, including that Jersey Shore on paper is the much better team. And I feel like the Bulldogs were left less than satisfied with their performance, especially in the second half.
Well, and the question in that second half becomes how much did Jersey Shore take their foot off the gas there at the bit? We saw in the end some backups come in for the Bulldogs. Ended up Penwood getting a last-minute score that gave them over that 20-point mark. So that's really the question, is how much in that second half did Jersey Shore let up? And that's why the game in Penwood looked a lot better in that second half. Jersey Shore, they're going to come out firing. What's interesting for me is I want to see a more consistent first-quarter offense. That has been what has been surprising to me so far this season, and really has been the theme of the year from the sole negative perspective, if you're looking at Jersey Shore, is they have struggled in the first quarter offensively. A lot of early punts on their first few drives of the game, and it feels like it takes them a while to build up their offense how they want to do it. And when you're get ready to go into district playoffs, you can't afford to have slow starts in those high caliber of games. So Jersey Shore, I want to see in this game if they can get off to a faster start.
Jersey Shore, in 8 games played this season, Ryan, they have scored 40 or more in 6 of 8. They have allowed 20 or more in 6 of 8 as well. A consistent team in Jersey Shore who only lost to Shamokin and Hollidaysburg this season, and that's been credit to what has been some pockets of experience for Jersey Shore. The big note has been the absence of Cash Harrett in the last 2 weeks on the offensive side of the ball. He did not play entirely against Hollidaysburg. Bo Sechrist has been the one in charge of getting all of the carries from the lead tailback to the really only tailback almost for this Bulldog team. And you look at what Bo Sechrist has done, it has been absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, Sechrist is the best runner this team has overall, one of the best players on this team. When you're looking at the running back going into the game, 159 carries, 981 yards on the season, and 13 touchdowns. He's also adding 135 yards and 2 touchdowns through the era as well. So when you're watching this game, you want to look out for number 5. You're going to hear his name early and often as we talk during the game up here, because he is one you mentioned, a real bell cow back, especially with the absence of Cash Harrett. He's the one last week who got not just the bulk of the carries, I think all of the carries last week. I don't even think there was another running back. Maybe when they had some of the backups in, some more guys got some carries, but when the snaps counted, it was Bo Sechrist all the way.
He has 130 rushing yards or more, as you mentioned, in 4 games. He is looking for his first, though, in 3 of those contests. It can't be one man, though. Bo Sechrist trying to get 1,000 rushing yards, but quarterback Nolan Pauling has also been giving a lot of credits. He is 3rd in the Heartland in passing yards and tied for 3rd in passing touchdowns. And in a game in which Jersey Shore, we mentioned, had a couple question marks in the second half, there was nothing but an exclamation point for Nolan Pauling in that game last week, and now he's looking to build off of it.
Yeah, Pauling 196 yards, 4 touchdowns in that game against Penwood. He also added 17 yards on the ground, rather. Pauling came into that game with a touchdown-interception ratio of 9-8. He ballooned it all the way to 13-8 now. Those 8 interceptions, a lot of them coming in that game against Hollidaysburg. I think 3 of them were in that game.
As well.
And
so
Williamsport.
5 of his interceptions came in the 2 games previous to Penwood. What did you see, Ryan, in terms of the way he passed the ball against Penwood last week that made him, I would say, less mistake-prone and a lot more vertically-wise, a lot more poignant.
I think he was just a lot more poised in the pocket. We've seen from Pauling some of his best abilities is when he's moving outside of the pocket and making throws on the run. But in those games against Hollidaysburg and Williamsport, that's where he was kind of running into mistakes. He was trying to make those superhero plays and then ended up biting him a lot of the times. In that game against Penwood, much more of a game manager-esque type quarterback, which is not a bad thing. It's kind of used in a negative connotation a lot of the times, but it is in no way a bad thing. Pauling, much more confident, much more comfortable in the pocket, was taking the checkdowns when they were there. Not as many deep shots down the field, not as many of those superhero throws on the one. Of course, he did have one, but not as many of those superhero throws on the run that he is known for. A lot more mistake-free in that game, and it was a big reason why they won the way they did.
On the defensive side of the ball for the Bulldogs, they go into a 3-4 set, of course, and there were a lot of questions, especially on the defensive side of the ball, how the front seven was going to adapt. They have done so in flying colors. A big question mark, I think, has to be said, has been giving up the deep plays, but they have also had playmakers in the secondary. And Carson Watkins, who had 2 interceptions against Penwood, was certainly a playmaker on that side of the ball last week.
Yeah, Watkins up to 7 interceptions now on the season. But what I'm interested in is not only with that secondary with Watkins, Ryan, Pauling, and Lope, but also the linebacking group. We saw it last week. Cash Harrett did return. He was absent the week prior. Did return, started as the middle linebacker. He did not play on the offensive side, solely on the defensive unit. So with him and Seacrest back up the middle, I'm interested to see how that's going to play. But also, how are they going to look without outside linebacker Connor Yingling? It's going to be Chase Ellison, number 23, filling that role. He had 3 tackles and 1 TFL in that last game against Penwood, his first start of his career. He is expected to start again in this game, as we still not fully aware of the status of Connor Yingling, but the expectation is that it will be Chase Ellison filling in on that outside linebacker role. Instead, he played very adamantly in that game against Penwood in what was his first career start. Interested to see how he looks on the field here.
That is the breakdown for Jersey Shore. When we come back, we looked to, well, I almost said the visitors, but it is in fact the opponents for the Bulldogs playing at home. It is Scranton Prep, 4-4. But my goodness, is that record devious? We'll explain more at the under end of the break. It's Jersey Shore and it's Scranton Prep on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Welcome, Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films to Lock Haven. Located at 20 Bellefonte Avenue, featuring handmade candles plus everything from dog treats to 3D printed vases. All handmade products. And Tightrope Films, where Thomas Fleming looks to give your wedding or other special event a special look. Content for clients at an affordable price. Visit today. Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films, open 10 till 6 Monday through Saturday. 570-244-6882. Find them on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Fred Ham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fred Ham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-1814.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips through Susquehanna Trailways. Shop early November 11th at the King of Prussia Malls. Spend November 18th at Windy Creek Resort Casino. The 27th, the Duncan Thanksgiving Day Parade. November 28th, Cozier's Christmas Village. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361 weekdays between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information. Hit the road with Susquehanna Trailways.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
Reliable, That word sums up Hollick's Colon Oil in Jersey Shore. Stocked and ready to go for fall and winter, Hollick's is a phone call away, 570-398-1190. A fixture in the community for the last 75 years. Hollick's Colon Oil will fill you up shortly after you call. Hollick's Colon Oil, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore. Hollick's Colon Oil, 570-398-1190.
Fall is calling and adventure awaits. This is Graham at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, and we're rolling out unbeatable deals as the season turns. Save thousands and choose from top brands like Forest River, Winnebago, KZ, and Intech RV in a great selection of floor plans. At C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, we believe in transparent pricing, no pressure sales, and absolutely no hidden fees. Visit us in the Pine Creek Valley or online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
New home, big dreams, real life plans. You're saving, you're doing the best you can. You need a friend and a helping hand. Journey Bank, Journey Bank.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from your local Erie agent, Fager Insurance Agency in Lock Haven. Serving the area for the last 57 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. Call 570-748-3570 to get a free quote. Fager Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
As we just see to our left, the Jersey Shore Bulldogs coming onto the field for the first time. It should be noted they took the Lock Haven Susquehanna Trailways bus to Dunmore today as they come out onto the field. It's a good time to remind you that's homecoming at the Haven, with Lock Haven hosting a team in purple, ironically enough, in Westchester. Coverage starts at 1 o'clock is the kickoff. Coverage starts at 10:30 with the Haven Nation show on the Bear Country Sports Network. But the Bulldogs are out onto the field, Ryan. Time to turn to who their opponents will be this evening. The Cavaliers of Scranton, 4-4, but they are, as of now, winners of 4 of their last 5 since starting quarterback Will McPartland got back from an injury that he suffered over the summer. McPartland is back, and that is when the Cavaliers started rolling.
Yeah, when McPartland got back, it was all up for the Cavaliers. You look at the stats so far this season, 755 yards, 7 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions. Meanwhile, on the ground, 65 attempts, 490 yards, and 12 rushing touchdowns. So he is a dual-threat quarterback at heart at some Jersey Shore. Hasn't had to face a lot of this season. We saw it last week against Penwood. It bit him a few times. McPartland is going to be confident in his ability to run. It's going to be something the Bulldogs have to watch out for.
As Will McPartland will lead this team, he is 11th in all of District 2 in total points scored, 72 points in that one. Braden McPartland, who is the starting receiver for Scranton Prep, 13 receptions, is questionable today. If he doesn't play, who do you think needs to step up offensively for the Cavs tonight?
Well, I think it's going to have to be the running back, Anthony Prince, coming into the game. Prince, 473 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. If they're missing their best receiver, they're going to need to lean on Prince to run the football, establish the ground game, and hopefully set up some play action deeper down the field.
This is a Cavaliers team that at one point was 1-3 and down by 3 possessions against Delaware Valley, or rather, they weren't 1-3, they were 0-3. They would come back to win 49-44, and since then they are 4-1, including that comeback, Ryan. Most notably a 35-0 win against Mid-Valley, their second shutout in 3 games, and that tells you that this defense is potent.
And that game against Delaware Valley is something that's really interesting because That is a matchup that both these teams have played this season. Jersey Shore, their second game of the year, they played Delaware Valley as well. Jersey Shore won 49-42. Meanwhile, like you mentioned, Scranton Prep beat Delaware Valley 49-44. So very similar scoring in that game. Obviously, Jersey Shore, they got off to the big lead in the first half. Then Delaware Valley ended up coming back and nearly winning the game. In Scranton Prep's example, they were down. Then they came back to win the game. So both of them had to score in the high 40s to beat Delaware Valley. So what that tells me, this is going to be an offensive shootout. I'd expect over 40 points from each of these offenses. This is going to be a shootout and one to watch.
And with that, it's a good time to talk about our starting lineups. Jersey Shore's starting quarterback is the sophomore Nolan Pauling. The receiver trio is Carson Watkins, Luke Ryan, and Carter Reinhardt. The tailback is Bo Sechrist. The tight end is Luke Thompson. The offensive line from left to right, Talon Lowe, Braden Swales, Mason Larson, Nate Thompson, and Ace Willits. Defensively, it is a 3-4 set with Grayson Willits, Talon Lope, and Braden Swales on the line, with Chase Ellison and Luke Thompson at outside linebacker. Cash Harrett back for his second straight game at middle linebacker, paired with the senior Bo Sechrist. The defensive side of the ball will feature Carson Watkins and Timothy Lope at cornerback. The safeties are Luke Ryan and Nolan Pauling. The kicker is Jaden Passetti. The punter is Luke Ryan. As for Scranton Prep, their starting quarterback is the senior Will McPartland, the dual threat showout. The receiver trio, Braden McPartland, Noah Criswick, and A.J. Kroom. The tailback duo is Anthony Prince with Brandon Farmer playing fullback at times. The offensive line from left to right, Elijah Myers, Caleb Pagot with Owen DeDurka at center. Chris Paris on the right side paired with Andrew Dempsey. The defensive 3-4, Braden McPartland, Andrew Dempsey, and Zach Skoblick. The four linebackers, Owen DeDurka, Elijah Myers, Chris Paris, and Sean McCormick. The defensive backs are Jack Mendola, Brandon Farmer, Zach Skoblick, and Liam Haggerty. As both teams go back to their respective huddles, we will pause for the anthem. When we return, it will be kickoff between Jersey Shore and Scranton on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Charles Construction is a full-service site development contractor performing all phases of residential and commercial work. Excavation, foundations, sewer, water, and underground utility installation. Paving, too, also working with the natural gas industry. Community-oriented, Charles Construction supports the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Call today, 570-753-3595, located in Avis at 858 East Central Avenue. Charles Construction, serving the community for the last 54 years.
You owe it to yourself to come into Kleiny's Home Furnishings, Route 150 between Woolrich and Avis, and find out for yourself why generations of happy customers keep coming back, keep coming home to Kleiny's. Quality, value, service, selection.
And Kleiny's offers free delivery and 6 months same as cash.
Right. That's why it keeps our family coming back, coming home to Kleiny's. Online at kleiny'sfurniture.com.
From mowing to harvesting and taking care of snow, Dotter Equipment just south of Mill Hall on Route 64 has what you need to get it done. Want to keep your home warm and cozy? Check out the Crown Royal Outdoor Furnaces. If you're cutting your own firewood, Dotter Equipment is your steel dealer. Dotter Equipment for Kubota, Honda Power Sports, Suzuki, Land Pride, steel, trailers, and accessories. See it all now at Dotter Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Visit us online at dotterequipment.com.
Hey,
WQBR 99.9 FM.
And it is time for kickoff here at Dunmore High School. It is Scranton versus Jersey Shore on the Bear Country Sports Network. The Bulldogs will be in white for this evening. Orange pants with a black stripe on the side, white tops with orange-colored numbers on the front and back, and an orange helmet. They will receive to start this game. They will receive as well from right to left. Scranton Prep, meanwhile, are in their home purple uniforms, purple pants with a gold stripe on the side, purple tops with white-colored numbers on the front and back, and a gold helmet with a black and white stripe over the middle and the Scranton Prep logo on the side. They will kick from left to right to start this contest. Ryan, your closing thoughts as we get set for kickoff.
Like I said, I expect this to be a really high-scoring game. I wouldn't be surprised if both teams get into the high 30s or even the low 40s. This is going to be a really high-scoring game. Jersey, despite the records, I think it's going to be a very close game. Jersey Shore, they're going to have to win a dogfight.
Scranton has won 4 of their last 5. Their only loss, a 2-pointer against Abington Heights. Jersey Shore are winners of 3 of their last 4. If the team wins, rather one of these team will win, and they will most likely host a first-round playoff game. That is what is on the line for both of these teams, where you've got Scranton Prep in third with a 4-4 record in the districts. Jersey Shore in a different district, as mentioned, is in second position, as this one will be sent into the heavens, and we're underway. A pooch kick that will be fielded by the up man at the 20. He takes it over to the right side and upended at the 24-yard line. An excellent tackle from Brandon Farmer, as the Bulldogs will get set on the offensive side of the ball with the quarterback Nolan Pauling.
To see, again, with this Jersey Shore offense, I want to see they've struggled to get off to fast starts. See if they can score here on this first drive.
Pauling in the gun then on first down and 10. There are two tailbacks with him in the backfield on the right side, hash 24. It'll be a three-receiver set. Two to the right and one to the left. Sechrist is on the left side of Pauling for the first play from scrimmage. Scranton showing blitz, stacking the box here on the first play. They take the snap. Hand off to the far side tailback, takes it upfield to the 25, and the pile will congregate right at that 25-yard line marker. Skoblick looked to have been involved, as the Bulldogs didn't manage to get much, admittedly, on that play.
Scranton Prep, a good job defending the run up the middle of the field. Jersey Shore, they love those zone runs up the middle. Scranton Prep, they're stacking the box.
On second and 10, Pauling now to throw. Fires over to the weak side. It's caught by Watkins. Tries to bounce outside, but he's wrapped up in the open field at the 28-yard line. Liam Haggerty with an excellent open field tackle. That negates the gain to just 4. Third down and 6 upcoming.
And just a little curl route, Jersey Shore trying to make this a third and manageable.
So third down, we'll call it 6. Back to the 28-yard line, so rather a third down and 7. Twin tailback set again for Pauling, who takes the snap. It's an option play to the far side. Pitches it out to Sechrist, and he's got space. Outside the numbers for the first down to the 35 and out of bounds. At the 38-yard line, that'll be a 10-yard gain for the senior tailback Sechrist, and that will move the chains. A third down conversion for the Bulldogs early.
And a good time to play call there. Scranton Prep backing up, expecting a pass. Jersey Shore runs the triple option. Good job there by Pauling. The defenders crashed on the quarterback. He pitched out to Sechrist, who was able to pick up the first down.
Officially an 11-yard gain to the 39. First and 10. Motion man right to left. Pauling takes the snap to throw. Fires to the near side. It's caught by Watkins at the numbers. Breaks a tackle. Gets upfield, and it'll be wrapped up at the 44-yard line. Initial penetration got him forward before the tackle by McPartland brought him down for a gain of 5.
Jersey Shore, again, we've seen it. Runs up the middle, and then some short little dump-off passes. Another one there to Watkins.
Is that Lock Haven or Jersey Shore out on the field as they hand it off weak side to Sechrist? Gets it upfield past the 45, and right at the sticks. This one will depend on the spot. He needed the 49 for the first down, didn't he, Sechrist? And that one is going to be right at the marker. And I should be noted, Sechrist is now knocking on the door for 1,000 rushing yards. He needed 19 rushing yards, and it looks like he'll only need a little bit more to get it. The last 1,000-yard rusher for Jersey Shore is his brother, Tate Sechrist, 2 years ago. Third down and 1. They'll take it himself. Pauling, the quarterback, tries to bounce to the outside, breaks that tackle, and gets the first down across midfield to the 45 and wrapped up at the 43-yard line. Pauling breaking a tackle there in the backfield, notably, and managed to bounce it outside for the first. Another stop by McPartland, but not before the chain gang moves into Scranton territory at the 43.
And that looked like another option play there, and again, Pauling just deciding to keep it.
On first and 10, they'll do an option play to the weak side. Pauling takes it himself inside the 40. Takes a shot from behind, held on to the football as it gets brought down at the 37. Sean McCormick bringing him down from behind. Pauling, the sophomore, he is showing toughness all season, that time picking up 6.
And I want to note, Nick, number 0 out on the field. So we were told pregame number 0 was Cash Harrett. Harrett now lining up in the backfield. Seems like he's fully healthy.
Great call there, Ryan. Harrett in the game offensively as they take the snap play fake. Fire to the far side. First down for Ryan inside of the 30, and then wrapped up at the 25-yard line for the first. This is now a healthy offensive backfield with Cash Harrett in. He played the feint on that initial play that went for 6 yards, and then on the play fake, a pass to the far side for Ryan for the first to the 25. First and 10 right side hash, they go quick. Pauling in the gun option, pitches it to the left side. It's to the speedster on the outside to Harrett inside the 20. Lost the football to the 10. It rolls to the 5-yard line. It's picked up by the Bulldogs at the 5-yard line. Harrett, in what was just his second carry since returning from injury, lost it from behind. It took a favorable Jersey Shore bounce as Watkins dove on top of it at the 5-yard line. In the end, a first and goal, but a heart and mouth moment.
A good job there from Scranton Prep to punch the ball out, but you mentioned Jersey Shore lucky to get it back.
First and goal, they do option. It's a pitch outside the Seacrest. He's under pressure in the backfield, tries to stiff arm in a man, and that's a great open field tackle to wrap up Seacrest for what will be a 1-yard loss. And it is that name again, McPartland, wrapping him up in the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
Honestly, good job by Seacrest there to just get back to only make that a 1-yard loss. He could have been tackled for about a 5 or 6 yard. He powered forward and reached the ball out to get as much back as he could.
Second and goal from the 5 as the Jersey Shore band just comes into the facilities playing as they hand it off upfield to Seacrest and towards the Jersey Shore band. He rushes into the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. It is that name again, Bo Seacrest, with his 14th rushing touchdown as the Bulldog band plays in the backdrop. The Bulldogs on the field go up 6.
Seacrest there, just a power run right up the middle of the field. A good job there by the interior of the Shore offensive line. Swales, Larson, and Thompson making space for their running back to get home.
Jaden Passetti is first in the Heartland Athletic Conference in made extra points. This one to make it 7-0 has the distance and splits the uprights. So a very productive opening drive, and sometimes Jersey Shore gets caught with a slow start. That will not be the case here this evening, Ryan, as they took it the length of the field, a drive that spans 74 yards and ends with a 5-yard rushing touchdown from Bo Seacrest.
And that's incredibly encouraging for what Jersey Shore is going to want to do the rest of this game, because that was their offense, how they want to run it. Runs up the middle of the field, quick short passes to the outside, let your receivers make room with their after the catch ability. That's exactly how Jersey Shore wants to play the game. It worked there on that first drive. That's a good sign for Bulldog fans.
For those of you just tuning in, Jersey Shore find themselves second in the District 4 4A standings in a bit of no man's land with Scranton quite ahead and Athens quite behind. A win is required for them to stay in second place at least, Ryan, and that raises the implications here on the road against Scranton.
Yeah, a win, and then if Shamokin happens to slip up, maybe Jersey Shore can find their way into that first spot.
This one will be sent in. It's a squib kick. It actually goes off of one of the return men. They dive onto the football, Scranton, at about the 32-yard line. That looked very similar, didn't it, from Carter Reinhardt against Williamsport. That actually deflected off of the lead blocker. Twice we saw Jersey Shore actually recover from that, but that one took a more favorable Scranton bounce, as diving on top of it was Jackson Silphy for Scranton, and that'll turn into good field position for the home team at the 32.
And they'll need to get off to a fast start. But you mentioned that onside kick against Williamsport. I was told after the game, both of those recoveries were a complete accident. That was the squib kick they were trying to get in that game against Wilpo, that they ended up recovering 2 of them.
So here comes Will McPartland on 1st and 10, right side 32. It's a 3-receiver set, 2 right, 1 left. Tailback motions to the right side. McPartland takes it himself on 1st down, bounces to the weak side, and will get wrapped up just a yard past the line to game. That was good zone defense from the Bulldogs on my view, as Luke Ryan made the tackle on the outside. Will McPartland, who is a very dangerous dual threat, only picking up 1.
And for Jersey Shore, they're really going to need to make sure they are on their P's and Q's when it comes to tackling in space. McPartland, a really hard quarterback to bring down, standing at 6'2", 180 pounds. He is a force to try to get to the ground. Jersey Shore, they're going to need to make sure they're buttoned up.
Played a mix of running back and wide receiver last season. McPartland is the dual threat. 2nd and 9, motion right to left as he takes the snap. This time it's a handoff to the tailback. Looks to be Prince. Gets it past the line of scrimmage to the 35. Pyle continues to push, and we'll get a couple extra yards as a result of it to about the 38, maybe the 37, as that'll be a medium-sized gain for Prince to set up a 3rd and manageable.
And a really good job there to push the Pyro forward. Like you mentioned, he gets met right at near the line of scrimmage. They looked like they were destined for a 3rd and long. A good job there by the interior of the offensive line to keep moving, keep that Pyro forward, and make this a much more easy 3rd down.
After a 5-yard gain, it'll be 3rd down and 4 to the middle of the park, 38-yard line. Will McPartland in an empty backfield. Flanker motions left to right. 3-receiver set. The senior McPartland takes the snap, looks right to throw, pumps, now tucks and runs it himself, gets it to the 40, breaks a tackle for the 1st down to the 45, and wrapped up at the 47. Bo Seacrest stopping the big gain, but not before Will McPartland out of the pocket found space and found a fresh set of downs there on about a 10-yard scamper.
And there's where you mentioned the open field tackling, right? Jersey Shore, they might have been able to bring McPartland down before the line of scrimmage. They had bodies in the area, but McPartland, a good job to fight out of it and find his way to the 1st down.
Cash Harrett was the linebacker on the weak side, wearing number 0, Ryan, as you said today, a uniform change Almost brought him down shy of the line to gain. McPartland broke it, and now 1st and 10, right side 47. They go trips left, tailback to the right side. Jersey Shore showing blitz, motion left to right. McPartland play fake, looks up the pass. He fires it over the middle, and it's incomplete. There was a potential open receiver on a lofted pass that looked like Sean McCormick from my view. An incompletion. Ryan, you noticed something in the secondary. I saw you pointing.
Yeah, it was A.J. Kroom. He was running a 10-yard, or 20-yard rather, in route. Started running up the field, then cutting across the middle, almost a post, and he was left wide open. I think if McPartland throws with the anticipation, he might have been able to hit Kroom for a big gain.
You can tell this resembles a real college-style offense. They go really deep with their receivers, 6 receivers with 5 catches or more this season. 2nd and 10, McPartland. Hand it off to the weak side. That's the tailback Prince. Breaks a tackle in the backfield, cuts upfield, and can only get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1, as the duo of Watkins and Sechrist stopped the forward progress.
And rushing on 2nd and long, it's a really risky game to play because if it works out, you can make it a 3rd and more manageable. But if on that play you get met right and you only get a gain of about 1 yard, it means that you're setting yourself up for a 3rd and long. I thought Scranton Prep would try to air it out or run with their quarterback. They opt with the run up the middle, and it doesn't pay off.
I know you hate those 2nd and long runs. And now 3rd down and 9. 2 receivers left, 2 right. McPartland in the gun, empty backfield, takes the snap under pressure. It's a screen pass right side, catch made, breaks a tackle in the backfield. He's got the 1st down. Inside of the 40, breaks another tackle, and he's loose. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Lunges to the end zone, and he's just shy to the 1-yard line. Noah Criswick lined up as a tight end with his 14th reception of the season. He's now over 200 receiving yards. That was a play that had the Bulldogs fooled as Criswick took it inside of the 5.
And just an absolutely perfect time to call the screen pass. Jersey Shore setting the house, trying to get to the quarterback to sack him on 3rd down. A perfect time to dial up a screen, and they got a huge gain.
That'll set up 1st down and goal. They're going to spot the ball a yard back to the 2. 2 tailback set to the right side of McPartland. They take the set. McPartland takes it himself, dives into the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Scranton Prep, and it's Will McPartland, the senior quarterback, with his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. It comes from 2 yards out, and the Cavaliers are a point after away from tying the game. Tyler Bianchi, who has 29 made point afters this season, will kick another one here to try and go up 7-7, and we are having malfunctions with the scoreboard because now it says that Scranton is up 67-7. That has to be a mistake, and it keeps going up. Bianchi, though, to make it 7-7. Snap, hold, and kick. Curled a little bit left, but does follow through and good. So it'll be 7-7 between Scranton and Jersey Shore. Well, Ryan, we predicted some good offense, and we predicted a close one. Through the first 2 offensive drives, both offenses have followed suit with it.
And Scranton Prep there on that drive, 2 big 3rd down conversions that led them to score. But on that scoring play, that's what you do when you have a quarterback that, like I said earlier, stands 6'2". You run those quarterback powers on the goal line. They're just so hard to bring down. You have to get 2 or 3 guys onto McPartland before you'd be able to get him to the ground. A good play call there from Scranton Prep, and really a good sequence of play calls there. They set up the screen pass really well, and then the quarterback power to find the end zone.
We appreciate all of you tuning in on the Bear Country 999 YouTube channel, on radio, and now a new way to listen via The Record Online. We appreciate it. Thank The Record Online for helping sponsor this broadcast of Jersey Shore football by putting our broadcast on the airways. If you're tuning in on YouTube and you like what you see, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're looking for 2,000 by the end of the season. The Bulldogs of Jersey Shore looking for win number 7 of the season, although Scranton equalizing on a couple big 3rd down conversions. And now Scranton, I almost called them Westchester a couple of times already. They're in the Westchester colors. Will kick from left to right. It is another pooch kick that will take a hop. No, will be returned by the up man at the 20. He takes it 25, and another upending tackle there. That was the same up man on that near side that looked like Timothy Lope, and can't confirm that is Lope, who took another hard shot on that near side as he scampered to the 26, and that is where the Bulldogs will start their second offensive drive. Both teams scoring on their opening possessions.
It was such a huge response drive from Scranton Prep. Interested to see how Jersey Shore comes out on their second drive. Again, it was a lot of runs up the middle that guided them down the field. Do they try to open up some of those deep passes, or do they stick with what worked?
A 1st down and 10 to the left side, hash 26-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start. Tied up at 7 apiece with 4:56 remaining in the first quarter, and now a timeout.
What Coach Tom Gravish for Jersey Shore does not look happy. He was running on the sidelines. running off of the sidelines, rather. He did not look happy with something he saw in that formation.
So a time for us to digest what we have seen so far in this game, Ryan. It's Jersey Shore 7, Scranton 7, 4 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first quarter. Still very early days. Both teams putting together some pretty sizable and some pretty long, in terms of yardage and time, drives on this opening drives to start this game, both ending in 7.
Yeah, both chewing the clock down. We're already, like you said, at 5 minutes left in the first quarter, and this is just the third drive of the game. But for both these teams, it was really the sequence of play callings, one play setting up another, which is the reason both these teams found the end zone. Again, I'm interested to see, does Jersey Shore try to take some deeper shots down the field on this drive?
First and 10, left side, 26. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap. It's an option play to the right side. Pauling takes it upfield, past the 30, has speed to the 35 for the first down, bounces outside the numbers and is out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A long run to the far side for Pauling. That's where he operates at his best as he gets enough for the first down, a 15-yard dash.
And so far, Pauling on this season, now over 400 yards on the ground. He has 7 touchdowns as of right now. Really good year for Pauling.
On first and 10, they hand it off this time up the middle, and a stoppage at about the 43, a 2-yard gain for Cash Harrett. That has been the big storyline for the Bulldogs. Cash Harrett, who returned last week, but only on the defensive side of the ball. Now on the offensive side, second down and 9. It's an option left side. They pitch it to the outside. That looks like Sechrist gets it past the 45 and wrapped up. We'll call it the 47-yard line. That is Harrett, rather, getting another carry. Harrett injured against Williamsport. Still in that game, on my memory, had 6 attempts for over 100 yards. That was how the Jersey Shore offense just played that day. That one going for about 6 more. Third down and 2 to the 49. The Bulldogs perfect on third down. On 2, they go to the right side. Option for Pauling. Takes it himself up the A-gap, and that is going to depend on the spot. He got wrapped up immediately as he went to the line of scrimmage. The far side referee looks to be signaling for the first down, but we will have to await the confirmation. The football put to the 49. The Scranton fans who are sitting next to and all around us disagree, but it will be a first down for the Bulldogs. And I guess if you want to be neutral, Ryan, you could call that a favorable spot.
Yeah, the far side referee had him on the first down. The near side had him short by about a half a yard. Looked like there was a bit of a discussion, but they do end up giving the Bulldogs the first.
First down and 10 to the Scranton 49. 3 receivers, now 1 motions right to left. They take the snap, handoff weak side. Sechrist gets it upfield, past the defensive line. A flag is down as they're inside the 45. And to the 44-yard line for a 5-yard gain by the tailback Sechrist, who's now over 1,000 yards this season. He did it on the opening drive, but this could be a 5-yard gain called back for a hold.
Yeah, a holding call. It looked like it was on the interior of the offensive line. The referee on the far side got it right away. He was standing right in the middle of the play, threw the flag right as the play developed, it looked like. So Jersey Shore, they back up. But I've been interested to see, they're running a lot of the same formation on this drive. They have Sechrist on Pauling's left and Harrett on Pauling's right. They have not moved out of that set yet.
Less than 3 minutes left in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. The Bulldogs are first and 20. Pauling in the gun, rolls right to pass. Looks back to the left side, now fires it. One-on-one coverage over the middle, and it is intercepted. It's picked off by Scranton's as Liam Haggerty takes it back to the center to the 33, and that's where he'll be wrapped up. It looked like one of those where Carson Watkins, the intended target, might have lost it in the lights. And it was Liam Haggerty, the junior, getting the interception on the 50-50 ball where Watkins had a step. Scranton came out with the football.
And that play looked like it was a design shot to Watkins. Watkins running a really deep post route. Pauling had enough air under it, but you mentioned, I'm not sure if Watkins lost the football or if he was looking for a flag. It looked like the Scranton Prep defender got there at the right time, but it also looked like Watkins turned and said something to the referee when the ball was intercepted, so he not happy to not get a flag there.
So Scranton, big turnover for them, has it at their own 35, first and 10. McPartland to throw, screen pass right side, it's dropped and incomplete. We're waiting for a whistle, and it does come on the screen pass. The intended target, Mendola, unable to hold on to it. Stops the clock with 2:39 left in the first quarter. We are tied at 7. The big storyline now in this game early on, the interception by Liam Haggerty that has Scranton with a chance to take their first lead. They have a 2nd and 10 at their own 35.
And this is a big response drive for Scranton Prep. You get the interception. Jersey Shore scores on their first drive. You respond with a touchdown. Now you get a turnover. Can you go and find another score?
on 2nd down and 10. Tailback right of McPartland in the gun. Option play right side. McPartland takes it himself, dives forward, and wrapped up just past the line of scrimmage to the 36. A diving tackle on that near side to prevent the gain to just 2 yards, and will set up a 3rd down and long. Looked like Ellison and Herritt were involved there.
And we saw Scranton Prep on their last drive. They had 2 huge 3rd down conversions. Both were either 3rd and medium or 3rd and long. Jersey Shore, some poor tackling, the reason why Scranton Prep able to pick up those first downs. The Bulldogs will need to make a tackle in open space if they want to get the Cavaliers off the field.
3rd down and 8. McPartland in the gun on the right side, hash 37. McPartland takes a snap, blitz coming, he's under pressure, rolls out to his right, buys time, gets past, now fires it deep over the middle. He's got a man, but it's incomplete. Oh, he had him open over the middle, didn't he? It was off of his back foot. Was it from McPartland, the intended target, just missing on the overextend Mendola?
Yeah, it was a really good job there by McPartland to get out of the pocket. Jersey Shore, they love to send those blitzes on 3rd down. They send the house, they send 7, and they got a free rusher at McPartland. A really good job, though, by the Cavalier quarterback, able to get out and buy enough time to find a throw down the field, and he just missed what would have been a touchdown.
In the end, it sets up a 4th down and 8 to the right side, 37, with 1:55 left in the first. The Bulldogs' interception not leading to any points, as the punter, with a little bit of a shank, does take a favorable Cavalier bounce inside of the Jersey Shore 40, all the way inside the 30. To about the 28-yard line, and that is where the Bulldogs will operate after the end-over-end punt. So 1:49 left, and after both teams scored touchdowns on their opening drive, an interception and a 3-and-out, respectfully, has the Bulldogs with the ball back.
And that's a really good job there by the Jersey Shore defense. And when they talked about the offense getting off to slow starts, you might wonder, well, okay, how is this team 6-2? Because their defense in the first half of games has kept them in it, kept giving their offense chances to find life.
On 1st down and 10, they'll hand it off to the weak side. Gets it to the 30 as the tailback to about the 32, and maybe even one more to the 33. And that's another handoff to Cash Herritt. Well, he's certainly healthy today, isn't he? Getting a ton of carries. He now has over 60 attempts this season. He averages on the season 9 yards a carry. This game, at least I should say, it's more 3 or 4 range. That one, though, for 5. And now 2nd down and 5. Pauling in the gun, play fake, passes to the right side, screen pass. Gets brought down immediately, almost lost the football. In fact, did lose the football on the far side, and Scranton has it. Oh, goodness me, it's a Lockhaven turnover, as on back-to-back drives, the Bulldogs.
It's a Jersey Shore turnover.
Jersey Shore, what did I say?
You said Lockhaven.
Lockhaven. See, I knew I was going to call it because of the Westchester colors, but more importantly, Jersey Shore turning it over for the 2nd straight time, Ryan. This time on a fumble that gets recovered on the far side, and now Scranton will have a chance and much better field position. This is their best field position of the day. I apologize. We have Lockhaven tomorrow, Jersey Shore tonight, but the Bulldogs are just slipping a little bit here. Back-to-back turnovers offensively, and now Will McPartland on 1st and 10. A motion left to right. He takes the snap, play fake. Rolls out to his right. Looks to reverse to the left side. Oh, he's got a man wide open. It's caught. 10-5. Touchdown, Scranton. A.J. Kroom, the senior, with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. And on the 2nd bite of the cherry after a Jersey Shore turnover, the Cavaliers strike, and they take their first lead of the game.
Holding on the Cavaliers, though, on that trick play. So that was a longer developing play. Scranton Prep, they start with a fake handoff up the middle. Then they fake a handoff to the outside. McPartland kept it the whole way. They were able to spring a receiver wide open down the field, like you mentioned. But because of that play action, their offensive line has to buy enough time for McPartland to get the throw out. And they ended up holding, as there were some moans and groans here from the Cavalier fans here in the stands. And they're right to be, because that's a huge play that got taken away.
Ryan, you have been my eyes and ears on this drive so far, and I appreciate the correction there. It was holding, and you mentioned McPartland. It took a very long time for that play to set up. Kroom was left wide open. It looked like initially as a blocker on what looked like a run that turned into a play fake. So instead of a touchdown to take the lead, it's 1st down and 20, just over a minute left in the first. And now a stoppage. And we have had a very hectic first quarter of action so far. It's been a long one, and just over a minute still left in it, as now Scranton will take a timeout. That is their first. And we have had barely any time to breathe here up in the stands at Dunmore High School, but so far what we have seen for the neutral, an enticing football game, and for supporters of both teams, folks at the edge of their seat currently.
Yeah, and on that last play, I mean, that's one for Scranton Prep. I think this is just kind of a tempo timeout just to calm everybody down, because when you have a big momentum play like that taken off the board, it's a real blow. So I like the timeout call here from the Scranton Prep head coach. He seems to be having a conversation with the official on the white hat official there coming over to the Scranton Prep sideline. But I like the call for the timeout to calm everybody's nerves, get back in. We've got 1st and 20, reset, wipe the touchdown that was taken away off your memory, and just get back to playing your brand of football.
So the Cavaliers, led by Terry Gallagher, 10th season in charge, 99-22 all-time record. He takes his first time out, looking for win number 100. It would be in upset fashion against the Bulldogs. Scranton now on 1st down and 20 to the 45. McPartland option play, takes the snap, pitches over to the right side. A bit of a seam past the 35. He'll look to push the pile as he's congested at the 39, but that is where forward progress will mark him. Noah Criswick scooping a gain of 4 to set up a 2nd down and long. We'll call it a 2nd and 16.
For Scranton Prep, we've seen them take 2 deep shots down the field. One, a touchdown taken off the board. The other one, just kind of a missed throw, but I thought they had a touchdown. I'm interested to see if the Cavaliers take another shot here.
So 2nd down and 16 after the 4-yard run. McPartland in the gun, tailback to his right. 3 receiver set. Will McPartland takes the snap. Another option to the weak side. It's a pitch out again to Criswick. Takes upfield, and he's got space inside the 30, to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Scranton. A 41-yard run on the option play. It was Noah Criswick that broke tackles left and right upfield and managed to dash his way into the end zone. And this one, Ryan, will count. Scranton 13, Jersey Shore 7. The Cavaliers with 13 unanswered. They take the lead.
And yeah, just poor tackling in the open field there from Jersey Shore. They could have had Criswick down. Would have been about a gain of 5 yards, though. Good job from Criswick. Break a few tackles. Once he got into open space, his speed did the rest. A huge touchdown here for Scranton Prep to take the lead.
The lefty kicker, Tyler Bianchi, will take the field goal attempt and strike it through the uprights. And that will give Scranton a 7-point lead in a high-scoring first quarter of play. That still has 23 seconds left in it. It's Jersey Shore 7, Scranton 14. The Bulldogs scored on the opening play of the drive. Scranton have scored in 2 of their last 3 drives to take a 14-7 lead.
And that is just such a huge momentum swing here from Scranton Prep. You get 2 turnovers, you get back-to-back turnovers forced by your defense, and then able to pay it off with a long touchdown run. All the momentum in favor of the purple and gold right now.
These are 2 high-octane offenses. Scranton averaging 29 points a game. Jersey Shore averaging 46 points a game. But that number for Scranton is a bit misleading because since Will McPartland has come back onto the team, this team for Scranton has scored 35 points or more in 4 of their last 5, and they have put 14 past the Bulldogs early.
Something to say when you mentioned how hot this Scranton Prep team is coming into the game. When you're on such a win streak like they are now, 3-1 in their last 4, and then you get a big lead early in the game, and there's a lot for Jersey Shore to overcome.
This game is a must-win for Scranton in the context of the playoff races. This is a pooch/onside to the Upman on the far side. Bobbled the football, and now the pile on top of it towards the 33. On my view, it looked like the Bulldogs got it. And that will, in fact, be the case. It was a slight muff from the Upman on the far side. He did recover to snag it. And so Jersey Shore will operate a 1st down and 10 at the 32-yard line after a scary moment on the pooch kick.
And Jersey Shore just a few bounces away from having 4 turnovers on their first drive. They recovered their own fumble, back-to-back turnovers, and recovered another fumble there.
2 receivers sound 1st down. They pass left side screen, caught on the outside of the 35, and an awkward landing as the receiver who made the reception, looked like Watkins, was brought down to the 37. That is, in fact, Watkins on that far side. Haggerty, who had that interception, wrapping him up. And that is how the first quarter of action ends at Dunmore High School, and we've got a potential thriller through the first 12 minutes of play. It is Jersey Shore 7, Scranton Prep 14. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
42 years serving you. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family-owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. We offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
1 quarter down, 3 to go here from Dunmore High School. Jersey Shore 7, Scranton Prep 14. Ryan, a high-scoring one early.
Yeah, and like I said, from Jersey Shore's perspective, you are 2 lucky bounces away from having 4 turnovers. On the first drive, Cash Harrett recovered his own fumble, and then on that kickoff, they nearly fumbled it again. Jersey Shore, they've got to get their feet under them.
On 2nd and 3, Pauling option to the right side. Takes it upfield Harrett, but he's going to get marked at the line of scrimmage for no gain, and a hard-hitting Scranton defense on that right side, making an emphatic tackle. That was Zach Skoblick involved, and also Mackie Lynette on that near side. That'll set up a 3rd and 3 after no gain.
Scranton Prep making some good adjustments from that first drive. They're stacking the box and taking the run away.
On 3rd and 3, Bulldogs at their own 39. Blitz coming, Pauling throws to the left side. Caught or no dropped. Oh, it was in the breadbasket and out from the far side receiver. That looked like Watkins, the intended target. It'll be a 4th down, and the punting unit will come out onto the field on what was certainly a misplay, and one that the Bulldogs offensively would like back.
Yeah, Jersey Shore, again, it just looks like they're not fully composed right now. I think some of those early turnovers getting to some of the players. That is a very uncharacteristic drop there from the receiver on the far side, and Luke Ryan now coming out to punt.
Not more than 30 seconds in, and the Bulldogs in the second quarter punting. It's a muff on the snap. Ryan picks it up, and he gets brought down. He picked up the football off of a muffed snap. He wasn't able to receive it well. It bounced in front of him, and Ryan managed to recover it but could not get it away as Scranton were able to close down onto him. Another mistake for the Bulldogs, and Scranton will have it inside of the Jersey Shore 30. Another great field position set for the Cavaliers, who are looking to extend their lead, and the Bulldogs can only look internally there.
Well, Nick, you mentioned it on that snap. Ryan, the punter, had to get it. He had to almost make a catch at his shoelaces. Thought he was able to bring it up, but looked like he just wasn't able to transfer it all the way up his body. And a good job there by Scranton Prep to take advantage and set themselves up inside the 30.
At the Jersey Shore 26, 1st and 10, McPartlin, end around play to the receiver, cuts upfield inside the 20, breaks a tackle, and he's free. Touchdown, Scranton. And it's that name again, Noah Criswick, with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. Criswick scoring from 26 out, and the Bulldogs early on are in trouble, losing 20-7. The extra point pending, and another big play on, we have to be honest here, Ryan, a missed tackle again.
Yeah, and on that one, Scranton Prep, they just got Criswick running almost a jet touch pass. Give him enough space, get momentum horizontally before he turns up vertical. And good blocking from the Scranton Prep offensive line. You mentioned Criswick making another defender miss as he finds the end zone.
Tyler Bianchi, 2 for 2 on point afters today. Make that 3 for 3. He's got his 32nd made PAT this season. And with not a minute into the second quarter, the first play from scrimmage after a mistake on the snap from the punt, and Scranton find themselves in the end zone 21-7. And a massive turn of events here at Dunmore High School, and it is not favoring the Bulldogs. They have 2 turnovers in this game and a bad snap, or rather a bad reception, I would call it, on the punt, has led to some early Scranton points, and you give credit to the Cavaliers. They are taking advantage of the Jersey Shore miscues early.
And that's what good teams will do. If you give them opportunities inside the 30-yard line, Scranton Prep, they are a good team. They are going to take advantage. Like we said, coming into this game, they are about as hot as any team can be, and they have rolled here in the first half. Jersey Shore, they're going to need to find life, and they're going to need to find it quick.
Scranton now scoring 21 points or more for the 6th time in their last 7 games. This comes not 13 minutes in as Bianchi pooches this one away, this time to the near side. Upman returns it to 25. Tries to stutter step and will get wrapped up just past the 30 and to the 31 by Finn Mulligan, who is there on the stop. The return man on that occasion was Carter Reinhart, and now Jersey Shore will be looking for a response here, trailing 21-7. the offense, it looks like, are going to have to be forced to play in shootout mode if they are to come back tonight.
And it's not often you say that your fifth drive or your fourth drive of the game is do or die. This is do or die.
Pauling, play fake, and now a delayed handoff to the twin tailback who can only get it to the line of scrimmage. No gain for the tailback on that carry. That looked like Sechrist, one on the interior. There to wrap him up includes De Los Santos, 2nd and 10.
In Jersey Shore, they're going to have to go back to those options. I think they need to get Pauling running the football a little more.
On 2nd and 10, Pauling rolls out to his right to pass, fires it to the right side, caught right at the sticks as he gets pushed out of bounds. Is the receiver on that near side, Luke Ryan, and that is going to be one that depends on the spot, but hold on. In fact, it's going to depend on the laundry, and this is another flag, and it's another penalty on the Bulldogs, and the miscues continue to pile up here.
Yeah, another holding call on Jersey Shore, and again, I think that's a big thing of just the composure. It feels like a team right now that's just a little bit overwhelmed. They find themselves down 21-7 very early on in the game, and it seems like it might be getting to them a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Coach Gravish maybe take another timeout here soon to kind of calm his team's nerves back down.
They are going backwards, the Bulldogs. It'll be a 2nd and 22. Back at the 22-yard line, Pauling, a delayed handoff to Sechrist, gets it past the line of scrimmage, and only to about the 24-yard line for a 2-yard gain. You can tell this Scranton team, this coaching staff, it's a very well played out coaching staff, Ryan, isn't it? Because you've got Scranton adjusting so well against these Jersey Shore play calls. The Bulldogs don't have a lot of plays in the playbook, do they, on the offensive side of the ball? And the Cavaliers have done their homework prior to tonight.
No, Jersey Shore has proven to be a team that they run their offense how they want to run their offense, and they're confident that it's going to work. But right now, Scranton Pratt playing better.
3rd and 20, Pauling to throw. Fires out to the left side. Oh, double coverage. It's tipped in the air and caught. It's going to be shy of the line to gain as he's immediately brought down the receiver past the 30. To the 33-yard line was the receiver. It was a gain of about 12. It'll be 4th down and 8, but that was the best-case scenario on that play, a dangerous one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was an incredible catch there by the receiver. I think it was Carson Watkins there on the far side. Kind of hard to see the numbers from where we are up here in the stands, but a really good catch over 2 defenders. It'll set them up to where they're not punting so far back in their own territory. But Jersey Shore, again, on what felt like a drive, they needed to find points, forced to punt again.
Luke Ryan fielding the snap this time, manages to boot it end over end. It'll take a hop inside of the 30 and received at the 25. The returner takes it past the 30 to the 40 and is wrapped up from behind at the 43-yard line. The return men have changed throughout the season for Scranton, but that was a very impressive run by the returner to get it past the Gunners and past Scranton's own 40 to the 42. And another drive in which Scranton will start with excellent field position. 9 minutes and 20 seconds left. They'll start at their own 44 after the extra yard.
And for the Jersey Shore defense, it really feels like they need to find a way to force a turnover and get their offense the football back and give them some momentum.
1st down and 10 to the right side, 44. I am struggling to think of another team this season that has played this well in the first half against the Bulldogs. McPartland in the gun, 3-receiver set, takes the snap, 4-man rush, steps about 20 yards past the line of scrimmage. Now with the late screen pass, it's caught to the 40-yard line, gets past midfield, he's got the 1st down and more inside of the 40 and down. Just past the 30-yard line was Noah Criswick. It is that man again. Criswick is so slippery, isn't he? And with no flags on the field, no illegal man downfield, Scranton stayed patient, and they turned it into a gain of close to 30, all the way to the Jersey Shore 30.
And Criswick is just one of the faster players this Jersey Shore offense has seen this season. It really looks like they've been caught off guard by just his speed and his elusiveness.
Criswick definitely in the playbook for Terry Gallagher today, now at over 200 receiving yards this season. He has 13 receptions, and on my count, that was about his 3rd or his 4th. He already has a couple touchdowns, too. 1st and 10 to the 30. Criswick motions left to right, and now flag is down as McPartland passes. Rolls out to his right to buy time. Gets to the far side numbers. Gets outside of him, and he'll get wrapped up for a loss at the 35-yard line, though a flag came down immediately, and I wonder if Noah Criswick, who is in motion, might have had an illegal shift there as the snap was being taken.
Certainly looks like that's what's going to call it was going to be because that came right at the snap. But also I want to mention pink flag for the official today as it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The official on the near side here, his flag would certainly look pink from up here.
some of the members for Scranton wearing pink, a couple Jersey Shore players, and some cheerleaders notably wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They will decline the penalty, Jersey Shore, because McPartland was down 3 yards before the line of scrimmage, so a 3-yard sack, declines the penalty, makes it 2nd and 13. McPartland in the gun to throw, quick dump off to the left side, catch is made, and he'll get brought down shy of the 30 to about the 31. It was a quick play, a quick throw, quick catch, but Kroom only managing to get 2.
And on there, just trying to get as much yard as they can, make this a 3rd and a little bit more manageable, but for Scranton Prep, they've had success taking shots down the field. I wouldn't be surprised if they just try to take a shot at the end zone here, or if they're going to try to set up maybe a more manageable and go for it on 4th down. But they have been so good at converting on 3rd downs today. I'm sure they're confident they're going to be able to find a way to pick this one up as well.
McPartland in an empty backfield, 3rd and 11. Motions a flanker left to right. Now 2 receivers right, 1 left. McPartland to throw, looks to the right side. Now dumps it off. It's caught at the line of scrimmage. Takes it outfield, breaks a tackle, jumps towards the 1st down marker, and he will be just shy of it to the 22-yard line. It was an acrobatic play by the receiver on that far side. And after a gain of about 9, it'll be 4th down and 2. This is a very impressive kicker, Tyler Bianchi, who has 2 made field goals this season. It would be a 39-yard field goal from here, but the offense is staying on the field on 4th and 2. They want to punch in another. 7.5 minutes left in the first half. Scranton up 21-7. In the goal line stance on 4th down. McPartland takes it himself, bounces to the outside, has the first down inside the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Scranton. Will McPartland with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. It is his 14th of the season, and the Bulldogs are being stunned away from home. They now trail by a score of 27-7. An astonishing scoreline here in the first half.
And that score very similar to how they scored their first touchdown on the goal line. Just a quarterback power up the middle. Good job by McPartland. Saw that all the Jersey Shore defenders were cramming the middle of the field. Does a good job to bounce it to the outside and use his speed to find the end zone.
Point after attempt from Bianchi. That one is good. 28-7. Scranton leads over Jersey Shore with 7 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first half. And now the Bulldogs are looking at this game very nervously, aren't they, Ryan? And as we come off the field here at Dunmore High School, let's look at our out-of-town scoreboard. I'm sure that Athens game is going to require the most attention.
Yeah, we'll look at it here. Central Mountain, the Wildcats in the first quarter against the Detroit Trojans. Right now, that score tied at 0 apiece. Loyal Sock down 0-7 right now on the road, taking on Shamokin. Bloomsburg, the Panthers, down 21-0 right now to the Southern Columbia Tigers. Central Columbia also down 21-0 to Warrior Run. Milton, the Black Panthers, down 27-0 to the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes. Selinsgrove down 0-21 on the road against the Berwick Bulldogs. Shikellamy and Danville, the Braves and the Ironmen, tied at 7 apiece in the second quarter. Willising Valley, the Rams and the Hughesville Spartans tied 0 apiece. Hollidaysburg up 13-0 over Williamsport. And right now the score to watch, Athens up 20-0 over Muncie.
Wow. That is a big one, and it is on a lower tier in terms of the opponent in Muncie due to the districts as we get a kickoff here. This one will be fielded bobbled at the 15 by Ellison, dives on top of it, and he just gets to it. Ellison at the 22-yard line. Ellison sparing blushes there as he dove on top of it, the freshman, to prevent another turnover on special teams. Well, the Bulldogs, they left about an hour early, then dismissal at about 2:15. I'm not sure if they've gotten off the bus yet.
Yeah, this has just been, like I said, a lot of composure issues for Jersey Shore. So many turnovers and so many near turnovers. That is their 3rd fumble that they have recovered, or rather their 4th fumble, because the punt counted as a fumble as well. So their 4th fumble that they've recovered.
1st and 10, right 21. Pauling to pass, dumps it off right side, and the catch is made right at the 30-yard line. This will depend on the forward progress, as the reception by Ryan took him to about the 29-yard line. Mendola escorting him out. It'll be an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. There is so much ball game left here, Ryan. It should be noted. Just over 7 minutes left in the first half. As they take the snap, it's another handoff, this time to the tailback. He'll get brought down right at the 31. That is enough for the first down on my view, and it looks like on the referee on the near side's signal, it will, in fact, be enough to move the chains on the far side. A 2-yard run. So Jersey Shore picking up a first down, and that is a big one just to sort of settle the nerves a little bit, isn't it, as we approach the halfway point of the second quarter.
What's the thing from this drive for Jersey Shore? They have to find points.
And Paul, quick throw to the left side, a diving effort. Did he hold on to it? Eyes on the far side receiver, and he did, in fact, hold on to it. That's an impressive grab by Watkins all the way to that far side. That one picks up 6 to set up a second down and medium. The Bulldogs are going to go quickly here. Here we go. Pauling delayed, rather a play fake, and now an option to the right side. Bouncing off a tackler, Secret. He breaks another tackle, tries to revert back to the left, gets it up the middle, and takes it to about the 40-yard line for a gain of 3. That was a lot of left to right. Secret almost lost about 6 or 7 yards on that play and turned it into a gain of 3. 3rd down and 1 to the 41.
Yeah, he probably net gained about 9 yards on that carry. He was dead to rights, about 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Really good job there by Secrets to break multiple tackles and get some positive yardage.
On 3rd and 1, this time they hand off to Harrett. Bounces to the outside. He's got the first down past midfield. And at the Scranton 49-yard line, Cash Harrett, that is him at his best, getting that first step and accelerating upfield. The Bulldogs are looking for some momentum here. They're going to need a score on this drive, on my view. That one, another first down, as Harrett was able to move the chains to the 49. 1st and 10 left side. Pauling in the gun. Rolls out to his right to pass. Looks over now to the left side. Rolls back over to the left. Looking for some improvisation to the left side numbers, and he can only dump it out of bounds for an incompletion. Pauling, due to some excellent coverage by Scranton in the secondary, forcing Pauling to just throw it away.
Yeah, Jersey Shore was looking for that deep shot down the field. No one open. Pauling, a good job to recognize that, buy as much time as he could.
Well, hang on here. It seems like they're going to say that Pauling might have stepped out of bounds, in fact, on that far side before dumping it away. Ryan, we don't have the best angle of it. We're far away to the near side. What did you see?
It looked like I thought he might have stepped out of bounds. He kind of flung it at the last minute. I thought they might have given it to him, but it turns out, yeah, he stepped a little bit early. And just a concentration mistake there from Pauling, not able to get it away, and the team backs up.
And that lost 5, so 2nd and 15. Motion man left to right. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap, looks right. It's a reverse play for Ryan, who looks to get upfield to the left side. He has space past midfield to the 40. He's got the first down and more. 30 to the 25. Breaks another tackle to the 20. And he carries the pile to the 15, to the 10. They can't wrap him up. Inside the 5. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Bulldogs, and they're in the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. Luke Ryan refused to go down and then lost his luggage at the 5. A Bulldog receiver picked it up and took it to the end zone. That's incredible.
And what an individual effort there to start from Luke Ryan. And on the extension, you mentioned he tried to extend it forward. That's when he fumbled the football. Good job by Jersey Shore to recover another one of their own fumbles. This time, though, they get a little bit extra because of it.
That is just simply incredible. It looks like a missed kick on the extra point, and that is true. That is true. Jaden Passetti missing it to the left side, but a massive touchdown. And let's face facts here, Ryan, a big break for the Bulldogs as well, as Ryan on a reverse trick play. I don't recall them doing that at all this season. Managed to take it outside the numbers far side. Initially got met at about the 30, broke a couple of tackles, broke a couple more, then had 2 on him at the 10, muscled himself forward to the 5, then lost the football, and the receiver, who was tail blocking on the far side, picked it up and took it in the end zone for a score. And I am not sure I have seen a play like that in quite some time.
We've certainly not seen a play called like that this season. You mentioned that the Jersey Shore offense, very predictable at times. Well, none of us could have predicted that up here. We have not seen Jersey Shore attempt really anything close to that this season. They know they're down 28-7. They have to bust out, go deep in the bag of tricks as you can to try to find a score. Because, again, Scranton Prep is going to get the ball at halftime, Nick, as well. So Jersey Shore facing an almost a daunting task. That touchdown there, very crucial to get them right back into this football game, because as we know, this offense is good enough where they're probably going to score well over 28 in this game.
Well, Jersey Shore needed a break, and they got it off of a fumble. It was recovered and then taken into the end zone for a touchdown. Now on kickoff, it's returned by the up man at the 20. Takes it to the 25, 30. Bounces off a tackler to about the 40-yard line. That's where the pile will form as he's brought down at the 43. Some slippery moves by Criswick, who was one of the blockers there, as it turns into another good return for the home side Cavaliers. They'll start this drive at their own 43, a first down and 10, as I look to catch my breath for what might be the most ridiculous play I think I have ever seen. A fumble recovery touchdown for the offense. You don't see that every day.
Plus, Luke Ryan, carrying two defenders about 15 yards down the field. You want to talk about a bull in a china shop. That is the only way I can describe how Ryan was running on that play. But maybe that touchdown gives Jersey Shore some much-needed momentum.
First and 10 to the left side, 44. McPartland motions the flanker left to right. Now takes the snap, it's handoff, and now a fake reverse. Oh, that's a good play by Criswick, who now takes it upfield past midfield and right at the first down marker to the 46-yard line. That was a cheeky play call from Terry Gallagher, wasn't it? With Criswick faking the reverse, took it to the right side, and picked up exactly 10 yards for the first down at the Jersey Shore 46.
And Criswick, that's exactly what Scranton Prep needs to do. Just get this guy in space. Looks like he has butter lather all over him with defenders just sliding off of him at times. A really good run there from Criswick. Another first down. Scranton Prep, I'd expect to see Criswick get a lot more carries in this game.
I've seen less butter on Gammy's waffles in the morning. First down and 10. McPartland now hands it off delayed to the tailback. Tries to bounce it over to the right side. Gets past the line of scrimmage inside the 45. Pyle moving all the way to the 41. That's where forward progress is going to stop the tailback at the 41-yard line, a gain of 5. And we do not see this often, do we, Ryan? The defensive line for the Bulldogs struggling.
Yeah, it's just been physically dominant up front from Scranton Prep, and that's really where this has all started. Elijah Myers, Andrew Dempsey, Owen Dakaruka, Caleb Pagoni, and Anthony Desolanos deserve a lot of credit for this lead that Scranton Prep has right now. They are absolutely winning the line of scrimmage, giving their quarterback time to throw and their running backs room to run. And Scranton Prep paying it off in a big way.
3.5 minutes left in the first half. Bulldogs down 15 and on defense. McPartland on second down will take it himself on the option, breaks a tackle, takes it upfield past the 40, and down at the 38-yard line for a gain of 3. Tough running from the quarterback as he picks up 3, sets up a third and short. Just over 3 minutes left. Good time to mention Scranton will have the ball to start the second half, and that is massive.
Yeah, Scranton Prep really playing with house money right now, the Cavaliers are, because if they can choose some more time off of this drive, maybe have this be the last score of the first half, and then get the ball coming out of the second half, there's a chance that they can put a real vice grip on this game. Jersey Shore, they need to get a stop on this drive.
3rd and 3 to the 39. Tailback Prince motions at receiver. McPartland empty backfield, takes the snap, fakes the reverse, takes it to the weak side, stiff arms a man at the first down marker, dives towards the sticks. This will depend on the spot. He needed the 36 for the first down. The referee on the near side moving the football back, and that is because there is a penalty, and that one is holding.
Oh, and that's a huge penalty there for Scranton Prep. That's a first down. If that play stands, it would have let them to run some more time off the clock and keep the football moving. Now they're going to be faced with the 3rd and long. But we saw in that play just the weapon that Criswick is. Even when he doesn't get the football, just the fake there pulled 3 or 4 Jersey Shore defenders away from the quarterback McPartland and allowed him to pick up the first down, but of course all for naught thanks to the penalty.
So that'll be backed up 10 instead of a first down. It'll be backed up to a 3rd down and 13. Scranton has a couple huge plays already today. They have 28 first half points. And now they're backed up to the Jersey Shore 49. McPartland motions the tailback Criswick to the left side. Now takes the snap. Looks right to throw. Has time. Now rolls out to his right to buy some more. Gets outside of the numbers. Will run it himself. Breaks the tackle to the 40, and he's got the first down to the 35. He breaks 4 more tackles, and he's still loose inside the 25 and down at the 21-yard line. Will McPartland with a sensational run, and Jersey Shore with more questions defensively.
Yeah, on that one, it looked like it was the freshman Chase Ellison there who had McPartland. If he makes that tackle, it would have been with about 7 or 8 yards to go for the first down. McPartland, such a shifty runner in the open field. Really, Jersey Shore not seeing a quarterback able to run like this since their game against Shamokin, and they are really struggling with the quarterback run right now. A fantastic individual effort from McPartland. Broke, like you mentioned, 4 tackles to get that first down.
And now they're chewing clock. 90 seconds left in the first half. The Cavaliers trying to score another. McPartland, play fake, rolls out to his right, back to the left, breaks 2 tackles, hoists it into the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Scranton. It is the second receiving touchdown of the day for A.J. Kroom. on a play in which McPartland was facing pressure. He stepped up, got past the edge rushers, and just sort of lofted it into the end zone for Kroom. It is a 20-yard touchdown reception, and the Cavaliers have scored 34 against the Bulldogs in the first half.
And on that one there, McPartland just hoisted it up to Kroom. Kroom, a really good catcher. He's really good in those contested catches, makes one there over a Jersey Shore defender. And like you mentioned, Scranton Prep certainly in the driver's seat.
A.J. Kroom, who had that receiving touchdown, made a great recovery on the hold, but the kick on the way from Bianchi was no good. So it's going to stay 34-13 in favor of Scranton. Ryan, I can recall at the end of the game against Hollidaysburg, we called it a slice of humble pie. Jersey Shore is getting the whole pie full of humbling in this first half, conceding 34 first half points, 5 touchdowns, down 34-13. They'll get the ball with $1:22 and 2 timeouts. And with them kicking away to start the second half, this is almost a must-score drive for the Bulldogs, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's really felt like the last 3 drives for Jersey Shore has been must-scores. They finally get some momentum back. They get the touchdown, but Scranton Prep honestly has done what Jersey Shore has done a lot this season. They give up a touchdown, then their offense comes right back on the field, drives the length of the field, and scores a touchdown of their own in response. Jersey Shore looking very uncharacteristically unlike themselves in this game, and Scranton Prep has taken full advantage.
What is going on in Dunmore? Jersey Shore 13, Scranton 34, 1:23 left in the half. Bianchi usually pooches it, will send a line drive on this occasion, fielded by the up man at the 18. He takes it 20, 25, bounces to the right side of the 30, and that's where he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. The return from Carter Reinhardt. Not a bad return, and so the Bulldogs in what is almost a must-score possession here, based off of how the defense is struggling. Trailing 34-13, there's 1:16 and 2 timeouts on the clock. And we have seen Jersey Shore, in fact, against Hollidaysburg was the last time, concede a pretty brutal turnover when they tried to go quick. They'll be forced to go quick here. Trips right, 1 left. Pauling takes the snap. Quick throw to the left side. Caught. Oh, and it's a lateral to the tailback who took the reception past the 35 to the 40, and he's got the first down to the 45-yard line on the far side. Pauling threw it to the receiver on the far end, and it was Watkins who lateraled it to Cash Herod out of the backfield and turned it into a 15-yard gain. And on 1st and 10, now an option. Pauling pitches outside to Herod, tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all he'll get as Zach Skoblick, or rather that was the number 13, Mackie Lynette, who tackled him for no gain, and that clock is running, and now a timeout with 44 seconds left. The Bulldogs with 1 left, and a 15-yard play on a reception lateral. Reminded me of Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl about 13 years ago. That one went for 15 yards, and after no gain on an option play to Herod, a timeout taken, they have 1 left.
And going back to that lateral play, that's a play that I like to call shoots and ladders. The quarterback shoots it over to the receiver. He makes the catch on just a little curl route, and he immediately laterals it to the running back. You mentioned it was Herod. As soon as that play goes off, Herod starts in the backfield. He runs as fast as he can to get to the far sideline, lines up right behind the receiver. As soon as Watkins makes the catch, he pitches it immediately to Herod, catches it in stride, and is able to run for the first down. Jersey Shore, I mean, they are just emptying the bag of tricks right now to try to find any points here.
They're going deep into the playbook here. 2nd down and 10 at their own 45, 44 seconds left in the half. Pauling play fake, set to pass, has time, throws left side, a diving effort by Reinhardt, and he made the reception to the 46-yard line as he went out of bounds. Carter Reinhardt making a 9-yard reception on the far side. 39 seconds left on the clock. The Bulldogs with 1 timeout, trailing 34-13. It'll be a 3rd down and 1.
A good throw with anticipation there from Pauling. He hits Reinhardt right as he breaks on the route. An easy pitch and catch for the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Pauling rolls out to his right to push pass forward to Herod. Tries to carry the pile for the first down. I'm not sure he got it. It was actually a favorable spot by the far side official. The near side says it's not a first down. The far side official says it is. The head referee getting involved. This clock is running during all of this, and the near side official wins out. They'll say it's a gain of half a yard, and now the referee stops the clock. With 22 seconds left, it looks like a stoppage for a potential measurement, and now the referee, the head referee, Tries to communicate with the far side official. Initially, it looked like that head referee was going to call for a first down, and now it looks like a stoppage for a measurement. This is going to be a free timeout for the Bulldogs. No, it is a timeout taken by Jersey Shore. I thought the referee, Ryan, was going to stop it for a measurement, but they do, in fact, mark it short by half a yard. It'll be 4th and inches. The head referee signaling that Jersey Shore has taken their final timeout of the half with 22 seconds left. The Bulldogs down 34-13.
Well, and I'm surprised we're not seeing any time added back onto the clock. They let about 10 seconds run off that clock before the referee stopped it. I thought they were making a stoppage to maybe add some time back onto it. But it looks like Jersey Shore, it looks like they lost about 8 or 9 seconds of game time on that play.
So maybe a delayed timeout, Ryan? What did you see there?
I think that's what it was. I think Jersey Shore was campaigning to have the clock stopped, and when they recognized it kept moving, they were forced to take a timeout.
So with that timeout, they have none left, and potentially a big play here. They're going to go 4 receivers right, 1 left. Pauling takes the snap, looks left, now to the right side, fires it for Secrets. He's got the first down to the 45, has to turn back to his right towards the out-of-bounds line, and he does go out of bounds at the Scranton 40 with 16 seconds on the clock. It should be noted, Jaden Passetti, the kicker for Jersey Shore, just missed an extra point. And he is 0 for 3 on field goal attempts. So the Bulldogs are going to look to get this on the painted turf. 16 seconds at the 39. Pauling to throw. They send them deep. 4 verticals. Flag is down. Pauling runs it to the 35, the 30, and he's out of bounds with 8 seconds left at the 29-yard line. But, Ryan, this looks like holding. Talon Lope, the left tackle, pleads his case. But this looks like the Bulldogs will get called for a holding penalty.
Yeah, Pauling there trying to buy as much time as he can to throw the ball deeper down the field. Because of it, the Jersey Shore offensive line ends up committing a hold. And on that, going back to that timeout that Jersey Shore had to take, that was their last time out of the half. So now they had to keep playing the sideline game and try to find ways to creatively get out of bounds. It really limits a team's offense. We saw it there with Jersey Shore. It looks like they're just going to be in Hail Mary territory now.
With 8 seconds left, you can try a quick play to get it inside of the 40 again, or maybe one last play deep. Pauling in the gun, and now a timeout. Scranton head coach Terry Gallagher looks to be calling a timeout, looking for win number 100 in his career tonight. He has coached a very impressive game as Scranton leads 34-13 against the Bulldogs. Scranton will take their second timeout. They have 1 remaining.
These are 2 head coaches that are really going to be legends at their respective programs. You mentioned Gallagher looking for win number 100. Is the all-time winningest coach in program history. And, of course, from the Jersey Shore perspective, everybody knows how legendary Tom Gravish's name is around that building and around that program. So these are 2 real legendary head coaches for each of these teams going head-to-head.
Former West Virginia graduate Tom Gravish, of course, in his 14th year in charge of this program, trying to coach his way out of this deficit. The Bulldogs down 34-13, 8 seconds left in the first half. It'll be a first down and 20 after a holding penalty that backs them up to the Scranton 49. I wouldn't be surprised if they try here, Jersey Shore, to run 2 more plays. A quick one to get it in Hail Mary range might be the first. Pauling a play fake. He's going to roll out to his left. Only 4 seconds left. This will be the last play. He's actually going to throw it away. Eyes on the clock. It's at 0. They will not have time for another play as Pauling tried to throw it away. And that is a representative end to the first half. The Bulldogs stunned in the first 24 minutes. They trail 34-13 against Scranton. Ryan, this is not what we anticipated.
Now, you mentioned earlier that game against Hollidaysburg. This is really what that game kind of feels like. Jersey Shore were able to score first in both of these games, and then the other team ended up just taking control. A really good job here and a really good performance from Scranton Prep. Like I said, they've responded every time Jersey Shore has scored. Scranton Prep immediately responds. They forced 2 turnovers. They almost forced a lot more than that. A really complete half for Scranton Prep. Meanwhile, for Jersey Shore, there's a lot to go over in that halftime locker room.
A lot to go over at halftime up here as well. Halftime at Dunmore High School. It is Scranton 34, Jersey Shore 13. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Charles Construction is a full-service site development contractor performing all phases of residential and commercial work. Excavation, foundations, sewer, water, and underground utility installation. Paving, too, also working with the natural gas industry. Community-oriented, Charles Construction supports the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Call today, 570-753-3595, located in Avis at 858 East Central Avenue. Charles Construction, serving the community for the last 54 years.
You owe it to yourself to come into Kleiny's Home Furnishings, Route 150 between Woolrich and Avis, and find out for yourself why generations of happy customers keep coming back, keep coming home to Kleiny's. Quality, value, service, selection.
And Kleiny's offers free delivery and 6 months same as cash.
Right. That's why it keeps our family coming back, coming home to Kleiny's. Online at Kleiny'sFurniture.com.
From mowing to harvesting and taking care of snow, Donner Equipment just south of Mill Hall on Route 64 has what you need to get it done. Want to keep your home warm and cozy? Check out the Crown Royal Outdoor Furnaces. If you're cutting your own firewood, Donner Equipment is your steel dealer. Donner Equipment for Kubota, Honda Power Sports, Suzuki, Land Pride, steel, trailers, and accessories. See it all now at Donner Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Visit us online at DonnerEquipment.com.
Hey, it's Giveaway Jade from Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. August was a great new car month. We exceeded Kia's objective, which is great news. But now I have over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, serviced and ready for immediate delivery. Rates are coming down, banks are getting aggressive, and improving loans like never before. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. At AlexanderKia.com. And remember, we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Looking for a great time in Avis? Head to Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, the friendliest place in town. Grab a cold beer or malt beverage, soak in the good vibes, and meet the amazing bartenders and friendly crowd. Challenge your friends to PA skill games or shoot some pool. And yes, smoking is permitted. Family owned for 49 years, you'll find us at 111 West Central Avenue in Avis. Open 3 to 10 Mondays, 11 to 10 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 11 to 11 Fridays and Saturdays.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at SweetDreamsPetResort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Halftime here at Dunmore High School, and a stunner early, a lot of points and a lot not favoring the Bulldogs. At halftime, it's Jersey Shore 13, Scranton Prep 34. Once again, alongside Tom Fleming and Ryan States, I'm Nicolas Severini. We are live here from Dunmore. Ryan, let's go through the scoring plays. Jersey Shore scored on their opening play from the opening drive of the game, but since then it's been all Scranton practically.
Yeah, you mentioned on the first drive, Bo Sechrist found the end zone, a 5-yard touchdown run to give Jersey Shore the 7-0 lead, but then Scranton Prep went on a run. First, it was the quarterback, Will McPartland, a 2-yard touchdown run to tie the game at 7 apiece. Then it was Noah Criswick, a pair of back-to-back touchdowns. First, a 41-yard touchdown run, then a 26-yard touchdown run, as all of a sudden Scranton Prep found themselves up 21-7, make that 28. Quarterback Will McPartland, a 22-yard rushing touchdown to give it 28-7. Then Luke Ryan makes a huge catch down the field, breaks a couple tackles, fumbles it right at the goal line. A Jersey Shore player, we couldn't get the number on who the name was, recovered that fumble and ended up finding the end zone. A missed extra point meant that the score stood at 28-13. Then it was A.J. Kroom, a fantastic 20-yard touchdown catch to make the score with a missed extra point, where we sit now at 34-13.
That is the halftime score. We'll have our out-of-town scoreboard and keys to the second half coming up next. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Welcome, Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films to Lock Haven. Located at 20 Bellefonte Avenue, featuring handmade candles plus everything from dog treats to 3D printed vases. All handmade products. And Tightrope Films, where Thomas Fleming looks to give your wedding or other special event a special look. Content for clients at an affordable price. Visit today. Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films, open 10 till 6 Monday through Saturday. 570-244-6882. Find them on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Fred Ham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fred Ham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-1814.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips through Susquehanna Trailways. Shop early November 11th at the King of Prussia Malls. Spend November 18th at Windy Creek Resort Casino. The 27th, the Duncan Thanksgiving Day Parade. November 28th, Cozier's Christmas Village. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361. Weekdays between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information. Hit the road with Susquehanna Trailways.
Bear Country.
Reliable. That word sums up Hollick's Colon Oil in Jersey Shore. Stocked and ready to go for fall and winter, Hollick's is a phone call away, 570-398-1190. A fixture in the community for the last 75 years. Hollick's Colon Oil will fill you up shortly after you call. Hollick's Colon Oil, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore. Hollick's Colon Oil, 570-398-1190.
Fall is calling and adventure awaits. This is Graham at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, and we're rolling out unbeatable deals as the season turns. Save thousands and choose from top brands like Forest River, Winnebago, KZ, and Intech RV in a great selection of floor plans. At C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, we believe in transparent pricing, no pressure sales, and absolutely no hidden fees. Visit us in the Pine Creek Valley or online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
New home, big dreams, real life plans. You're saving, you're doing the best you can. You need a friend and a helping hand. Journey Bank, Journey Bank.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from your local Erie agent, Fager Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 57 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. Call 570-748-3570 to get a free quote. Fager Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
Halftime here from Dunmore High School, and we see Jersey Shore trailing at 34-13. You might have just seen a gentleman in a Leeds United scarf. That's our own, of course, Tom Fleming, who is on camera. Ryan State's on color. I'm Nicolas Severini. Ryan, with the way Jersey Shore has played, down 21 at the half, it brings attention to our out-of-town scoreboard and some games with big implications for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Shamokin right now leading Loyalsock 21-0 as that game enters halftime. Central Mountain scored 16 points, but right now down at 28-16 at the hands of the Troy Trojans. Bloomsburg, the Panthers, a game I'm sure they'd like to forget, right now down 42-0 to Southern Columbia. Milton, the Black Panthers, down 12-41 against Mount Carmel. Selinsgrove at the half against the Berwick Bulldogs. Right now the Seals down 0-35. Athens Wildcats, this will be one to watch. Right now Athens up 20-0 over Muncie. We'll see if Jersey Shore ends up dropping this game, where that might move them in the standings if Athens able to pull out a win. Central Columbia, the Blue Jays taking on Warrior Run, the Defenders. Right now the Defenders in cruise control, up 35-0. The Danville Ironmen hold a slim lead over Shikellamy, the Braves, right now 13-7. Montoursville versus Lewisburg, the Warriors right now in control, up 27-0 at the half. Hollidaysburg, talk about in control. The Tigers up 48-0 over the Williamsport Millionaires. Meanwhile, Willising Valley and Hughesville Spartans, there's no score for that game, so we'll wait to see if and when that game updates. Mifflinburg, the Wildcats, taking on the Midwest Mustangs. Well, right now, Mifflinburg up 49-0. And then, of course, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Holy Redeemer, the Royals, go on the road to Bloomsburg to take on the Columbia Montour Rams.
Columbia Montour, the only team in the District 4 Quad A division out of postseason contention as of going into this week. But, of course, one team that's not is Jersey Shore, the Bulldogs, who trail by 21. And it should be noted there is an important caveat, that is that Athens, we mentioned, is beating Milton 20-0. Milton is 3-5 this season and a member of the 3A division in District 4. So that win is not going to have as much experience on the resume. It's not going to be as impressive in terms of the power ratings, but it will still be a win while Jersey Shore losses. So you're going to have Jersey Shore, if they are unable to come back, at 3 losses versus Athens, who have just 1 loss. Now, Athens had a much easier schedule, but that plays into the stranglehold, I would say, Ryan, of this game and how important it is for Jersey Shore to try and find a way to come back. And what do you think is going to be required for Jersey Shore to come back?
They're going to have to find the deep passes down the field. There's not a lot of time left in this game. And the Cavaliers, they want to run the football a lot, so they are going to chew a lot of the clock. Jersey Shore, it's going to have to be the big plays for them to fight their way back in this game. But you mentioned the standings. Even if Jersey Shore, they're not able to come back and win the game, if they can make this a closer score, they can make it look like a much better loss. If they're not able to come back and win, obviously their main goal would be to get the W. But even if they can make this game a little bit closer, that will all play into that strength of schedule as well.
The excellent, and I can also say award-winning Jersey Shore marching band performing at halftime, but it is the hometown Scranton Cavaliers putting on the best show through the first 24 minutes. Something I don't think I've ever seen the banner come out to start the second half. You can see on your screens, Scranton just to the left, coming out via banner. Jersey Shore back on the field as well. We'll take one final break. When we return, we'll have the start of the second half between Scranton and Jersey Shore. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Charles Construction is a full-service site development contractor performing all phases of residential and commercial work. Excavation, foundations, sewer, water, and underground utility installation. Paving, too, also working with the natural gas industry. Community-oriented, Charles Construction supports the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Call today, 570-753-3595, located in Avis at 858 East Central Avenue. Charles Construction, serving the community for the last 54 years.
You owe it to yourself to come into Kleiny's Home Furnishings, Route 150 between Woolrich and Avis, and find out for yourself why generations of happy customers keep coming back, keep coming home to Kleiny's. Quality, value, service, selection.
And Kleiny's offers free delivery and 6 months same as cash.
Right. That's why it keeps our family coming back, coming home to Kleiny's. Online at kleiny'sfurniture.com.
From mowing to harvesting and taking care of snow, Daughter Equipment just south of Mill Hall on Route 64 has what you need to get it done. Want to keep your home warm and cozy? Check out the Crown Royal Outdoor Furnaces. If you're cutting your own firewood, Daughter Equipment is your steel dealer. Daughter Equipment for Kubota, Honda Power Sports, Suzuki, Land Pride, steel, trailers, and accessories. See it all now at Daughter Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Visit us online at daughterequipment.com.
Hey, it's Giveaway Jade from Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. August was a great new car month. We exceeded Kia's objective, which is great news. But now I have over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, serviced and ready for immediate delivery. Rates are coming down, banks are getting aggressive and approving loans like never before. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. At alexanderkia.com. And remember, we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Looking for a great time in Avis? Head to Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, the friendliest place in town. Grab a cold beer or malt beverage, soak in the good vibes, and meet the amazing bartenders and friendly crowd. Challenge your friends to PA skill games or shoot some pool. And yes, smoking is permitted. Family owned for 49 years, you'll find us at 111 West Central Avenue in Avis. Open 3 to 10 Mondays, 11 to 10 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 11 to 11 Fridays and Saturdays.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Second half set to begin here at Dunmore High School. It is Scranton 34, Jersey Shore 13. 12 minutes on the clock for quarter number 3. And you talked about keys to the game, Ryan. The first thing that you mentioned was establishing the deep ball on the passing game. But one thing that I think stands out above everything else to me is defensively, you got to start getting stops here because too many big plays and too many first downs, too many long drives for Scranton. The Bulldogs need to gather something defensively, and they need to stop the missed tackles because I think those missed tackles loom larger than anything else that the Bulldogs have done tonight.
Yeah, on this first drive, Scranton Prep going to get the ball here to start the second half. Jersey Shore needs to come out and establish control right away. They need to get a stop on this first drive. Even better if they could force a turnover, but mentioned quarterback Will McPartland does not turn the football over a lot. It's very uncharacteristic of him to put it in harm's way. Jersey Shore, though, really feels like they need to try and find a turnover of some kind just to get some momentum back and maybe get some more energy back on that sideline.
So the Bulldogs kicking it away to start the second half. They will kick from where we are, just under the home press box, from our right to our left. Scranton will receive from left to right. The Bulldogs have pooched it every time, and this will be on line drive kick, in fact, instead. That'll bounce behind the up man. It will be fielded by the returner at the 5. He takes it to the 10, reverses back inside to the 15, and he is wrapped up at the 16-yard line. The special teams closing in on that occasion to make the difference. That's the best play on special teams. Charlie Speicher was the returner, could only get it past the 15. That'll be a good start for the Bulldogs. They'll look to build off it.
Yeah, like I said, for this Jersey Shore defense, the main way they're going to get them off the field is they need to put pressure on quarterback Will McPartland. When Jersey Shore has sent blitzes, they have done a good job able to get McPartland off of his spot. They've not done a great job at bringing him to the ground, but they're going to need to continue sending the house here and put some pressure on the quarterback.
1st and 10, right side 16. McPartland hand it off to Prince, the tailback. Gets it past the line of scrimmage, out to about the 20-yard line. Pyle continuing to push. Looks like he got an extra yard to about the 21 for what turns into a gain of maybe 1 or 2 to a gain of 5. And that is what Anthony Prince, I think, does best, doesn't he? Being able to get those yards after contact. That'll set up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Prince much more of a bruising type of back. He's not going to be one to get you those 50, 60, 70-plus yard runs. He's just going to give you a consistent 4 or 5 on every down.
2nd and 5 on the right side, 21. One receiver isolated left, a receiver on the right side, couple tight ends on the right side of the line as well. McPartland motions right to left. Now takes a snap. It's a handoff. Prince gets it upfield past the line of scrimmage. The Bulldogs congesting to about the 25. Continues to push the pile. Oh, he escaped it, didn't he? And was wrapped up all the way to the 30-yard line. That is going to move the change. Ellison paired with Luke Thompson wrapping him up, but more tough running for Anthony Prince. Prince only had 2 attempts against Mid-Valley last week. He's had a lot more. He's already had 2 attempts in this half, and he's made the difference.
And Scranton Prep taking as much time as they can to get these play calls in. They are already, and they just want their drives to take up as much time as humanly possible. And as more time tips off the clock, the chances of Jersey Shore coming back dwindle as well.
McPartland motions a receiver right. Now takes a snap, pumps, now fires, caught at the line of scrimmage. Takes it upfield on the screen to the 35 and towards the 40-yard line. Right at the first down marker. It looked like he got it. Liam Haggerty, who had a big interception. Looking back, that really changed the tide of this game. Gets an 11-yard reception off the screen to the 41, make that the 42.
And that was a good job there by the Bulldogs to initially deny the screen. They sent pressure, had a defensive lineman, I think it was Talon Lope, drop back and try to knock the screen away. And they did a good job on the initial one, but again, McPartland was able to buy enough time to find the screen, keep the play alive, and they get a 1st down.
1st down and 10, right side 42-yard line for the Cavaliers. With 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, Cavaliers 34, Jersey Shore 13. McPartland motions a tight end now to the flanker left side. McPartland now takes the snap, handed off to Prince, bounces upfield, gets only to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he lost a yard. That's a big hit by Bo Seacrest, trying to change the tide of this one. Gets the TFL, a loss back to the 41-yard line. Seacrest with a big hit. We heard it up here.
And really good interior pressure there from, again, Talon Lope, number 55. He got free up the middle, forced Prince to bounce to the outside, and then you mentioned it, Bo Seacrest does the cleanup work, laying the hammer to knock him to the ground.
So a 1-yard loss. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 11 to the 41-yard line. 2 receivers set, 1 on each side. McPartland in the gun, a twin tailback set. The senior motions a tailback from the left side behind the line to the right. Now he takes the snap. It's an option play. McPartland takes it himself up the A-gap, past the line of scrimmage to about the 45 before getting upended at about the 46. Heavy contact made and some awkward landings, as that looked like from the line, Talon Lope bringing him down. A gain of 4, 3rd and 6.
Number 55 just trying to set the tone. That's the 3rd play in a row he's found himself at the apex of.
Lope just 2 tackles against Penwood. Both of those were for a loss. He hasn't had a TFL today, but involved in this drive. 3rd down and 6. 8.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. This is still the opening drive of the half. And Scranton with it at their own 46, a 3rd and 6. McPartland in the gun. The Cavaliers have not punted, or actually they have punted just once today as they take the snap. McPartland, delayed handoff to the wide receiver on the end around, gets upfield, breaks a couple tackles, has the 1st down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line was Noah Criswick, and he has just been the X factor tonight, hasn't he? Criswick, couple of touchdowns and converting on 3rd down and 6 there. The Cavaliers punting only once in the 1st half. They're not punting yet. 1st and 10 to the 42 of Jersey Shore.
And a good job there on just a little jet touch pass, giving Criswick his ability to make the move in open space. base. You start his momentum early, running horizontally, then you get him going vertical. And a lot of Criswick's big plays have been on third down. He has been clutch for this Cavaliers team.
First down and 10 for the Cavaliers. McPartland option. Rather, no, it's a reverse out to the weak side. Jersey Shore ready for it, and down he goes. That's a big loss. Out to midfield, A.J. Kroom on the trick play, tried to reverse it back to the left side, and both linebackers in the center, Harrett and Sechrist, got to him. Sechrist getting to it first. It's a 6-yard loss back to the 49, and that is what the Bulldogs needed.
Yeah, the Jersey Shore needed that one really bad, and good open field tackling there from the linebackers. We've been critical of it so far in this game, but a really good job there to get him on the ground for a loss. If the Cavaliers are going to give you a free 5-yard loss, Jersey Shore, they had to capitalize on it, and they do there.
Backed up to the Jersey Shore 49, 2nd and 16. McPartland, empty backfield. Motion man left to right. McPartland takes it himself, wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, pushes forward, and can only get back to the line of scrimmage on that play. Jersey Shore trying to stall this drive. Chase Ellison, the freshman, on the tackle. 3rd and long coming.
And that one there, a load option. They have the option to either hand off to Criswick or take it up the middle. McPartland, I think, smartly decided to get as many yards as he could up the middle. It looked like Jersey Shore was selling out to stop the run on the outside. A good job by the quarterback to just get what he could. But again, it sets up a 3rd and long. But so far in this game for the Cavaliers, they have been their best on 3rd down. And a big reason for that is number 2, Noah Criswick.
McPartland in the gun. Watch out for Criswick in the slot. He takes the snap, looks left to throw, under pressure, rolls out to his right, avoids the rush, takes it outside the numbers, dumps it over the middle for Criswick, but it's incomplete. It was excellent pressure applied to the Bulldogs. They sent the house, didn't they? The edge rusher closing in. Actually, that looked like Sechrist blitzing up the middle to help contest that as a flag marker is down. And we'll have to check what this penalty is. A decline penalty for what looks to be holding. That was Luke Thompson, pardon me. Thompson getting in the backfield first. Forced McPartland wide, who just had to dump it away. And on the decline penalty, the Cavaliers, who have taken up just under half of the quarter on this drive, just under 6 minutes, are going to have to resort to punting it for just the 2nd time today. Bianchi will send it away.
And rather on that play, it wasn't a hold, it was an ineligible man downfield. The Cavaliers tried to spring another screen pass on that play to pick up 3rd down. Jersey Shore, they sent the house, and they were able to force McPartland to just throw it away.
Bianchi's first punt was nearly shanked, took a favorable bounce. This one into a coffin corner left side. Will bounce inside of the 25, and it will be another one towards the corner. It will be past the 20 to the 25-yard line after a Jersey Shore bounce. And so, you know what, the Bulldogs, it took a lot of time off the clock, couple big 3rd down conversions, but they get the Scranton offense off the field for just the 2nd time today. And now the Bulldogs can look to try and change the momentum here. They trail by 21, just over 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Jersey Shore 13, Scranton 34.
Well, that's a scary thing. Like you said, half the quarter gone on that drive.
Pauling, delay, and now will take it himself on a quarterback power. Gets past the line of scrimmage to about the 26, maybe the 27. Only a short gain there for the Jersey Shore quarterback.
When Jersey Shore, I mean, they have to go quick. There's not a lot of time left in this game when you factor in that, again, Scranton Prep just took half the drive away. You maybe only have 3 or 4 more drives. You got to get going.
2nd and 9, Pauling to throw. Screen pass far side. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss. It will be Sean McCormick who brought down the receiver in the backfield, who made the screen reception on the far side, I believe was Reinhardt. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 11 after a 2-yard loss.
Jersey Shore, it's 4-down territory, so you do not need to pick up this on this 3rd down. You are well within 4-down territory at this point. Get as many yards as you can and maybe try to set up a 4th and short.
3rd and 11, Pauling rolls left to pass, dumps it off on the comeback routes, caught by Watkins at the line of at the 1st down marker, rather, and it looked like he got it. It was right at the 35. That is the line to gain. It was Haggerty in coverage with the number 13, Mackie Lynette, escorting him out of play, and Watkins with a big reception on the near side for the 1st. To the 35-yard line, they need a spark, and they got it with the receiver, Watkins. 1st and 10 left side, they go quick. Pauling rolls out right, a push pass to Sechrist, takes it upfield, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, pushes past the 35 to about the 39, and that is where he'll be marked down with forward progress, maybe getting him to the 40, a 5-yard play on the push pass.
Jersey Shore, they need a touchdown on this drive. Right now they're down 21 points, so you need at least 3 more offensive drives if you hold Scranton Prep scoreless the rest of the game. Jersey Shore, like I said, I think they're even taking too much time. They've got to get these play calls in as quick as possible.
They go quick with Pauling. A throw to the near side. Watkins makes the reception on the screen, gets past the line of scrimmage, jukes another, and gets wrapped up at the 42, maybe the 43. Only a couple to set up a third down and short. Watkins, his second reception on the drive.
Another short dump-off pass there from Jersey Shore. Watkins, a good job on just a two-little curl route, getting as much as possible to make this a third and manageable. And again, certainly this is 4-down territory.
So those two again, Lynette and Haggerty wrapping them up. 3rd and 3. Pauling, option play right. Takes it upfield. First down and more. Past the 45 and across midfield to the opposite 47. I see you, Ryan, shaking your head. Pauling managing to find the hole there from the right side of the offensive line and gets another first down. The Bulldogs with one of their more productive drives. That second touchdown was on a big play, but this is only the second time I've seen them really pick and pocket themselves up the field. 1st and 10. Pauling play fake. Rolls out left, reverts back to the right side. Now a back again to the left, and now he's just going to dump it away to the far side. Nearly actually caught by Seacrest out of the backfield as he chased it down. Clock stops, 3:23 in the third, 2nd and 10.
Well, Nick, the reason I was shaking my head on that previous play is because I think they need to run it a little bit more with Nolan Pauling. What do we see on that initial drive is the reason Jersey Shore scored. A lot of Nolan Pauling running the football. That's what led them down the field for their first touchdown of the game. I think we need to see a little bit more of it. We saw it on the previous play, and he got a first down.
2nd and 10, Pauling, play fake, dumps it off, fires deep left side, one-on-one coverage, Watkins diving down and nearly came back with it. Oh, Pauling had underthrown it. He airmailed it. Both the receiver and the defensive back overran it. Watkins was on his knees and dove forward to the football. Haggerty in coverage lost contact with Watkins, and Watkins really made a sensational catch to the near side instead. It'll be 3rd down and 10 with 3:17 on the clock in the third. Bulldogs down 34-13, and they'll need a big 3rd down conversion. So Pauling in the gun, and now we have a stoppage. It was a 4-receiver set, 2 on either side. And this is where we'll see a timeout, I believe, on Jersey Shore. The referee on the far side signaling, or rather, no, it was against Scranton. Scranton calling the timeout. They will have 2 remaining in this half. So a third quarter that has been defined by the long drive at this point. Scranton took half of the third quarter off the clock on a drive that only went to midfield before punting it away. And then the Bulldogs, Ryan, on the opposite side, have it past midfield to about the 47, but are facing a big 3rd down and long here.
Well, and the reason why their drive took so long is the clock has not been stopping on the first down conversions. There's been some conversations with the referees on first downs that have been close to the line. They haven't quite got there, and the clock just continued to run. I've been surprised that there hasn't been any sort of clock correction at any point in this game, and it has lost Jersey Shore a good amount of time.
Clock right now stands at 3:17. 3rd down and 10 at the 47. 2 receivers either side. Motion man left to right, Reinhardt. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap, rolls out right. Now back to his left. It's a screen pass to the left side. Harrod has, or rather, it's Seacrest has space inside the 45 to the 40 towards the first down marker. He pushes the pile and he's got it. Pass to 40 to the 36, and a big first down play on 3rd and 10. A reverse almost screen pass is the best way to describe it, and it turned into a first down. Caleb Pagnotti bringing him down, but not before the 11-yard gain.
Good call on that screen pass there. Seacrest had 4 or 5 blockers in front of him and is able to find enough for the first.
1st and 10 now to the 35. Reinhardt motions left to right. It's a low snap. They do an end around the Reinhardt. He looks like he's going to try to pass it. Now tucks and runs it, takes it upfield, and only gets past the line of scrimmage. Oh, that was a trick play, wasn't it, Ryan? It was an end around, but the snap was low. Pauling forced Reinhardt to slow down. Reinhardt looked forward, didn't see anything ahead of him, and was forced to just take it himself and only got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a fake jet sweep. That was a designed deep shot. It looked like Reinhardt was looking to throw it down the field on Luke Ryan on the far side. Ryan was covered, though, thought better of it, and just ended up taking no gain.
2nd and 10, Pauling fakes the pass. Delayed handoff up the middle to the tailback. Seacrest inside the 35, pushes the pile to the left side and down at about the 32. 2 minutes left then. In the third quarter, Jersey Shore 13, Scranton 34, and that'll be a 3rd down and 7. We have only seen 2 drives in this third quarter. Pauling now in the gun, play fake, looks to pass, rolls out to the left, back over to the right side. They have it contained, breaks a tackle in the backfield. Now outside the numbers, he hoists it, a prayer into the end zone, and it's incomplete. That was Pauling trying to create something out of nothing in the backfield. The receiver started his route all the way to the left side, ran all the way back to the right. It looked like Ryan, as nothing came out of it. It'll be a 4th and 7, and maybe area of uncertainty they're going to go for it.
Well, Nick, for Jersey Shore, I thought they caught Scranton Prep with 12 men on the field there. They were making a very late substitution. It was Jack Lafferty. Now, if Jersey Shore made their own substitution, Scranton Prep would have the right to make a substitution of their own. But I thought Jersey Shore caught him with 12 men there.
Here we go, 4th and 7. Pauling rolls out right the pass. They need this conversion outside the numbers. He's just going to throw it far, and it's batted away and incomplete. The pressure getting to Scranton, to the quarterback, Pauling. It was deflected on the pass attempt to hoist up the field. It's a turnover on downs, and with 90 seconds left in the third quarter, a long drive for the Bulldogs. Took it almost the length of the field, but the drive stalling just shy of the 30-yard line. The turnover on downs will give Scranton possession, up 34-13.
And there's been a lot of impressive things with this Scranton Prep team, but I think most impressive has been their cornerbacks in coverage. They're giving Jersey Shore nothing. From 7 yards down the field onward, there is nothing open for the Bulldogs. Pauling on that play, looking for something deeper down the field. There was just nowhere to go with the football.
So with the turnover on down, Scranton with it at their own 32, 1st and 10. McPartland motions a man left to right, takes the snap. It's an end-around play. That's Criswick trying to get it up the field. The pile congesting. He still pushes forward, somehow stayed on his feet, gets past the 35 and down at the 36. I have no idea how Criswick stayed on his feet that long. He is a magician, even though he only picked up 4. It was an impressive 4.
Yeah, this has been a really good game to remember for Noah Criswick. You mentioned 2 touchdowns already in the game and many other highlight plays to note for him. This will be a game that he's certainly going to throw in his huddle tape.
If they were really being cute, they could try to make this the last play of the quarter. They'll have to drain it to about 3 on the play clock. McPartland in the gun. 2 receivers left, 2nd down and 6. Right side hash, they'll take the snap. Hand off to the weak side Prince. Gets upfield to the 40. And brought down right at the 40-yard line. A good tackle in the open field on the near side by Carson Watkins to bring up a 3rd down and 2. And with a 5-second differential between the play clock and the game clock, Scranton will run at least one more play in this third quarter.
And for Scranton Prep, picking up a 1st down here is crucial because it will allow them to just keep the clock moving. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them run that quarterback power twice already, both of them going for scores. Wouldn't be surprised to see him pull it out again here.
They go into a goal line stackhouse formation, right side hash 40, 3rd and 2. McPartland, quarterback power up the middle, takes it to the weak side. He's got space, 1st down and more, and he's got speed across midfield to the 40 and pushed out of bounds inside of the 40-yard line to the 35. That was the 2nd time we've seen McPartland fake like he was going to take it inside, bounce it outside to the weaker strong, and got a big gain out of it to the 35. As the clock stops with 7 seconds left, it'll reset on the play. Scranton looking around for the play call, but they might just drain this all the way into the 4th quarter. We shall see. 7 seconds on the clock. He did go out of bounds, so the clock actually stops with 7 seconds. So final play of the 3rd. McPartland in the gun, 3 receivers set, takes the snap, blitz coming, keeps it himself. Oh, he feints the edge rusher, takes it inside the 30, and has the 1st down again on my view, inside of the 15 to the 14, and that is now how the 3rd quarter of action ends, and Scranton are making a statement here on their home ground at Dunmore High School with the 4th quarter looming. It is Scranton 34, Jersey Shore 13. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
42 years serving you. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. We offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
And put 12 minutes on the clock one last time from Dunmore High School in Dunmore, Pennsylvania. Scranton 34, Jersey Shore 13. Week 9 of the high school football season, and the Cavaliers are looking to make it 5 wins in their last 6. This was a must-win, Ryan, for Scranton, who are third out of 10. The top 8 make the postseason, but the top 4, Ryan, host a first-round game. Scranton needed a win with undefeated North Pocono looming to try and make a case to finish in the top 4 in the District 2 3A standings. And they've made a statement and then some. 12 minutes on the clock, leading 34-13. They have the ball, 1st and 10 at the Jersey Shore 24. They'll take the snap, McPartlin. It's a handoff to Prince. Bounces off of a defender, takes it inside of the 20 to the 15, and he's got the first down to the 13-yard line. And I do not think, Ryan, other than Hollidaysburg, I've seen an offensive line perform this well against Jersey Shore's defense than the Cavaliers' offensive line. Prince was bouncing off of blockers left and right and managed to move the chains to the 14.
Yeah, we have not seen a team, like you mentioned, play this well against Jersey Shore really as a whole, other than that 52-7 game against Hollidaysburg. Scranton Prep has just been utterly dominant in this game so far, and you give credit where it's due to the Cavaliers. They have earned this 34-13 lead.
1st and 10 at the 13. McPartlin under center. Tailback behind his Prince, wearing those bright pink cleats, befitting the tailback. It's pitched to the motion man on the outside, Criswick. Takes it upfield, inside of the 10, and wrapped up at the 9-yard line. And the big thing that stands out, the junior Ryan, Noah Criswick, he's got Saturday football potential, doesn't he?
Oh, for sure. I mean, his speed is something that Jersey Shore has not seen a lot of this season. There are very few teams that have players as fast and elusive as what Noah Criswick is. He has really impressed me with his play so far, but from the Jersey Shore perspective, right now Scranton Prep inside the 10-yard line. You cannot afford to allow another score. Right now it's you try to rip the football out and try to force a fumble. That is the only way you keep yourselves in this game.
2nd and 6 to the 9. They're going to have 3 flankers on the left side of the line. McPartlin, quarterback power, weak side. This time Jersey Shore is ready for, and that's a loss back to the 10. Big play there for the Bulldogs defensively. McPartlin tried to go to the weak side against the blockers, and this time the Bulldogs read it like a book. A great play. And now we have an injured Scranton player that came away from the play. With less than 10.5 minutes remaining in the game, Scranton 34, Jersey Shore 13. A Cavalier touchdown, all but ends it.
And Cavalier points in general all but end this game. Even a field goal makes it a 24-point lead. And at that point, with just 10 minutes and change left in the final quarter, there wouldn't be enough time for Jersey Shore to come back. So, like I mentioned, this is one where if you're a coach on the Jersey Shore sideline, you're telling them one thing and one thing only: rip the football out. You cannot allow them to find points. You have to force a turnover on this drive. If you're trying to tackle a guy, you got to go for that football. Try to rip it out. Try to make a play. Do something to keep yourselves in the game, because any points for the purple and gold would all but end it.
We have not seen a score in the second half as the injured offensive lineman, looks like Caleb Pagnotti, who will jog off the field. Good to see maybe some cramping for Pagnotti, the left guard for this Scranton team, as Scranton's offense, ever the more elusive, comes back onto the field here for what will be a 3rd down and 7. Onto the left side hash, 10-yard line. McPartlin is in the gun. 2 receivers right, a flanker left side. He takes the snap. Play fake. McPartlin rolls out to his right. Under pressure by the edge rusher Ellison. Gets outside the numbers. Just fires it to the back of the end zone and incomplete. A penalty marker is down. The pink flag on the near side, as there was looked to be some contesting all the way to the far side. The receiver, who is the intended target, almost went to the soccer goal on that end, as now we'll check the penalty marker.
Well, it looked like running back number 6, Anthony Prince, unhappy with the call, so that would lead me to guess this is going to be going against Scranton Prep.
It's as of now a 3rd down and 7, but this could be backed up because of a flag. A decline penalty for ineligible man downfield, and that's going to make it 4th down and 7. And you mentioned, Ryan, any points could potentially put it to bed. It would still be a 3-possession game, Ryan, with the deficit at 24 if this field goal is made. But it makes it all the more difficult as Tyler Bianchi, who has 2 made field goals this season, lines up for a 27-yard field goal. The holder is the receiver, A.J. Kroon. Snap, hold, and kick on the way, and the attempt at the field goal is good. So Tyler Bianchi, who missed an extra point the last time he came onto the field, able to drain it right down Broadway on a 27-yarder. That makes it Scranton 37, Jersey Shore 13, with just over 10 minutes to play here from Dunmore High School.
Well, Nick, I'm surprised to see Jersey Shore decline that penalty on that 3rd down. I mean, obviously, conventional wisdom tells you you don't want to give them another shot on 3rd down, but even if you back them up 5 yards, that would mean that you're pushing them a little bit farther out of field goal range, maybe make it just a little bit harder of a kick, assuming your defense can get a stop on 3rd down. But I mean, when you're kicking it from right about the 13-yard line, that's about as gimme as a field goal as you can get in high school. So I'm surprised Jersey Shore didn't accept that penalty, try to get a stop on 3rd down, and maybe force them to a bit of a longer field goal.
But with the made field goal, it is a 24-point lead. Scranton 37, Jersey Shore 13, and just over 10 minutes to play here from Dunmore High School. Jersey Shore's drive to Scranton, 2 hours in length. And they allowed the Bulldogs 34 points in the first half. The field goal just may be the garnish. Jersey Shore looking for some way back in this game. The deficit is 3 possessions as it's a squib kick. And it'll be bobbled and then dove on to the 25-yard line just in time as one of the runners, Brandon Farmer, the Gunners, nearly got on top of that football for Scranton. Jersey Shore picking it up at the 25-yard line. And the Bulldog perspective, Ryan, it's a game in which they just seemed flat-footed, it seemed like, from the opening kickoff. Scranton, I mean, you'll give them credit. Excellent talent on the team, excellent talent on the field, but you just simply cannot concede 34 points in one half like the Bulldogs have done, and it seems like an insurmountable deficit for them. 1st and 10 at the 25. Pauling in the gun, option play, pitched out to the right side. And that's Seacrest bouncing off of a tackler outside the numbers and close to the 30-yard line. There was a shot taking there as Bo Seacrest muscled himself past of a defender and out of bounds for a gain of 3. That stops the clock with just under 10 minutes left.
And that was a pop on the sideline. We mentioned for Jersey Shore, the big thing they're going to take away, those 2 turnovers on the 2nd and 3rd drives of the game, respectively, really felt like it killed a lot of the momentum Jersey Shore had off of their first drive, and it just seems like the Bulldogs never really recovered.
2nd and 6 on the right side, 29. Motion man right to left, Thompson. Pauling, play fake, throws to the left side. Screen pass, caught made outside the numbers to the receiver, past the 30. And down at the 32-yard line was Watkins, who makes another reception today. And we'll see where they wind up spotting the ball as he went out of bounds. And actually, this one's going to be negated, and that's going to be because of another holding penalty. And I'm not sure I've seen Jersey Shore commit more holding penalties this season than tonight.
Yeah, it's just been a lack of composure, really, from the Bulldogs as a full team. A lot of holding calls, a lot of missed tackles, a lot of mistakes that we really don't see this Bulldogs team normally make, a team that is normally so buttoned up. And that's really what they pride themselves on, is it's a unit that is always doing the right thing at the right time. They've really struggled in this game, and a lot of that is thanks to Scranton Prep. They have put Jersey Shore in awkward situations a lot this game. Jersey Shore is not able to fight out of it.
After the holding, Pauling on 2nd and long, pumps, now looks deep, no one open, dumps it off left side, catches made to the 25 and out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. They needed the 35 for the first on 2nd and 15, that one to the 28. So we'll turn it into a gain of about 7 or 8 yards and makes it a 3rd and manageable. Scranton, notably, and this is an interesting fact because we talked about how well they've been playing recently, they have not beaten a team that is above 500 this season. They are 0-3. A lot of those games early on in the season without their starting quarterback. They're in good position here. 3rd and 7. Motion man left to right. Pauling in the gun, play fake, looks to pass, fires over the middle. It's caught by Ryan right at the 40. He's got the first down to the 45-yard line. That was probably the best connection Pauling has had to a receiver today. It is Pauling to Ryan, who has been a very steady receiver today.
And you mentioned the Scranton Prep schedule. There is such a thing in football as just running into a team at the wrong time. Jersey Shore comes into this game when Scranton Prep is currently playing their best. The D2 champions from a year ago playing up to that level as of late. Jersey Shore, like I said, just kind of ran into them right as they were getting hot. Scranton Prep has continued to stay blazing in this game.
1st and 10, 47. Pauling pumps left to throw and now fires it deep. He's got a man on the jump ball. It is caught to the far side. And it was caught by the receiver, Watkins, a Moss-type play as he high-pointed inside of the 20. A big play for Watkins, another reception on the drive.
And that's a big play for Jersey Shore. It gets them inside the red zone. Now they need to find a score on the next few plays and then get their onside kick unit ready if they're able to find a score.
They need to go for 2, of course, with a 24-point deficit. 1st and 10 at the 15. They need to find the end zone first. They have not scored in this half. It's just their 2nd drive of this half. Motion left to right. Pauling takes a snap. End around play to the receiver. Cuts to the near side and gets upfield inside of the 15 to about the 12 is where forward progress will mark it for, I believe, Carter Reinhardt on the end around. Reinhardt with just his 2nd rush of the season, his 1st rush, and his only rush went for -7 yards. That one positive, going for 3, maybe 4. Second down and 7. 7.5 minutes left in the game. The Bulldogs need to get busy. Trips left, 1 right. Pauling, play fake, takes it himself. Quarterback power, gets upfield inside 10, breaks another tackle inside the 5, and a touchdown saving tackle by Elijah Myers at the 4-yard line, preventing a phenomenal potential Pauling score.
Pauling there getting shifty himself, able to make a few Scranton Prep defenders miss as he finds the first down. Jersey Shore again, you mentioned it, if they find the end zone here, they have to go for 2.
First and goal at the 4, Pauling bounces right side on the option, takes it himself to the end zone, and he gets it. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. Nolan Pauling rushing it in for 4 yards out, and the Bulldogs looking for life. They'll have to go for 2, trailing 37-19. It'll be a 2-possession game if they convert the 2-point conversion. This is about as good as the game here, Ryan, with just over 7 minutes left.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if they're not able to score in this, get this 2-point conversion, the game becomes out of reach. They have to get it.
They go for it to the left side, Pauling to throw, looking for options, rolls out to his right, playing keep away, fires to the back corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete. It was incomplete. The intended target on the near side might have been Thompson, the tight end. Double covered as Scranton was ready and willing, and it stays a 3-possession game, 37-19. The lead for Scranton is 18 points, and with 7 minutes left, it's hard to find a way back in this for the Bulldogs unless they get something on the onside kick.
And that's what's going to have to be in, Nick. I want to go back to that game against Williamsport. They had those 2 accidental onside kicks where they ended up kicking the ball off of the leg and then the chest of one of the Millionaires' up men, and they were able to recover both of them. After the game, Coach Gravich said that was not what they were intending to do. However, maybe they found something with that play. They caught Williamsport off guard with it, and they ended up getting 2 onside kicks that way. They're going to need more than 2 onside kicks to come back and win this game. Do they try to do that play again, or again, they're just going to beam it off an up man and try to have it bounce right back to them?
We'll see what they attempt to do here. You brought up the Williamsport game where they had covered a couple. Passetti on the left side, hash 40. It looks like this onside kick is going to come towards the Jersey Shore sideline that is on the far side of the field. If they don't convert this, the game as good as done. Now we have a penalty marker, and it looks like, we'll have to see what this is. Scranton didn't seem happy on the line as a penalty marker came in. This will be an interesting one.
Yeah, penalty before the play, and you mentioned Scranton Prep didn't look happy. A flag like that normally would be in the area of a sideline warning on Jersey Shore because the referee who threw the flag is on Jersey Shore's side of the field, but Scranton Prep, rather, is the one that's backing up.
It's rare that you see a pre-snap penalty on the kickoff. It doesn't really mean much in the context of the kickoff. They're just moving it 5 yards up the field. Unless, of course, the Bulldogs get it. They are going to spot now at the 45, Scranton at their own 45 station. The ball has to go 10 yards upfield before being recovered. This one is right at one of the gunners, and now the pile congests. They are going to do what they tried to do against Williamsport, but it looks like Scranton managed to recover. Good hands by the Scranton onside kick team, and the Cavaliers, up 3 possessions, will have it with just over 7 minutes to play here from Dunmore High School.
Heads up play there by the Cavaliers. You mentioned it. They tried to hit it off one of the up men, but a really good job. That ball didn't take the bounce that it did in that game against Williamsport. A good job by Scranton to immediately dive and fall on it. And now, with just 7 minutes left in the game, that's going to be the final no for Jersey Shore and their hopes of a comeback.
Unless they get a turnover or something of the sort, the Bulldogs with all 3 of their timeouts. 1st and 10. McPartland in the gun. Flanker motions right to left. 2 receivers left side. They take the snap. It's a fake reverse. Handoff to the tailback up the middle. That's Criswick. After the fake reverse, took it past the 40 to about the 44-yard line for a 4-yard dash. Less than 7 minutes left, and I would imagine Scranton, with how well coached they are going to take their time here.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see that being even a fake end around because you worry if you do pitch that back, does that somehow end up the handoff is bad or maybe the pitch is bad and ends up being a big fumble and maybe Jersey Shore falls on it. Scranton Prep, though, still trying to keep tricky as they try to close this game out.
On the 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 to the 44. McPartland in the gun. Tailback to his right. Looks like Criswick still. Motion man left to right, the receiver. As they take the snap, flag is down. It's a handoff rather to Prince, who's in the game, and he's immediately wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. back to the 39-yard line. It was Cash Harrod shrugging him to the turf. A penalty marker, though, came in. This might be another illegal motion. And now a decision to be made here for the Bulldogs. You would imagine they would decline this penalty and make it 3rd and 11 rather than accept it and make it a 2nd and about 13.
And luckily for Jersey Shore, that flag means that the clock stopped as well. So they declined the penalty, but them stopping the clock will save them a few seconds.
They do, in fact, decline the penalty, so now a 3rd down and 12 at the 39-yard line. Or rather, a 2nd down and 12. They actually accept the penalty run. So they accepted the penalty. So instead of 3rd down and about 10, it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll take the snap. McPartland tries to hand it off to the right side. Takes it down 5. So it's a trick play. And it's caught for the 1st down of the 40. 30 has some room. Breaks a tackle. 25. 20 is Kroom. 15 and down inside the 10. It was a trick play on what looked like a broken play. McPartland looked to have tried to option it to the right side, then abandoned it, looked left, and found A.J. Kroom wide open. A big reception on 2nd and long. Kroom hobbling a bit after the play. Another big play from him. And the Cavaliers will have goal to go. 1st and goal at the 8.
And Kroom was left unmarked down the field because of that fake read option. Jersey Shore, the outside corner, crashed down expecting the quarterback to take the run, and because of it, Kroom left all alone. Good job by McPartland to keep the play alive, find Kroom, and pick up a huge gain.
Less than 5.5 minutes to play. The Bulldogs down 37-19. They're defending a 1st and goal. McPartland option. Takes it to the A-gap. Half space to the 5 and into the end zone. And it is another Scranton touchdown. And it is the dagger. Will McPartland now with over 15 rushing touchdowns this season. It is his 3rd of the day. And the cherry on top of this performance for the Cavaliers.
And just a really good play there by McPartland. Another rushing touchdown right up the middle for him. His ability to run is something Jersey Shore has not seen a lot this season. It has caught them off guard, and McPartland taking full advantage.
It is a point after attempt now to make it 44-19. Bianchi has only missed 1 extra point today, and he will not miss a second as it's through the uprights and good. Scranton 44, Jersey Shore 19, just over 5 minutes left to play at Dunmore High School. And the antithesis of this game, Ryan, is one that the Bulldogs will certainly want back. It is going to be their 2nd loss on the road this season. And as they will drop to 6-3, questions loom over what the rest of the standings will look like. Jersey Shore with 1 game left against Central Mountain at home to close out the regular season. They will make the postseason. I would say mathematically it's nearly impossible for that not to take place. But now the question of what will happen in the 1st round and beyond looms large. And with the play on the field, it's looming large as well.
Yeah, it's a big thing now of what happens with the standings. Obviously, when we last checked, Athens was leading in their game. So if Athens wins and Jersey Shore loses, how much does Athens' weaker strength of schedule play into where Jersey Shore is seated? If they lose the 2nd seed, that becomes a real issue because then they have to go on the road. So they have to hope that if they drop this game that there's a way that they can keep the 2nd seed, because then this game really doesn't mean all that much in the long run, but that's only if they're able to host a home game.
A squib kick again on the return, taken by the Upman, who dives to the ground at the 32. And you look at what Jersey Shore's perspective is. This is a bruised and battered team. You're without Connor Yingling again today. You've got Cash Harrod, who is out for the game against Hollidaysburg, all out on the offensive side of the ball. Might not even be 100% coming into tonight. A couple key injuries for the Bulldogs loom large, but the changes in what the opposition has done looms larger as Pauling play fake is going to look to throw. Takes it himself upfield on the tuck and run and wrapped up from behind at the 36. Pauling getting about 4 on the play. Jersey Shore trying to go into a hurry-up offense as the gain will call it back to 3 to the 36. Makes it a 2nd and 7, less than 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, this game really just depends on what happens in the standings with Athens. If Jersey Shore can keep 2nd, this game doesn't mean all that much, but if Jersey Shore drops to 3rd, it's huge.
Pauling to throw again, looks to the left side, tries to dump it off, it's nearly intercepted. Sechrist had to bat it away as it was Zach Skoblick that closed down on Sechrist. Nearly got an interception out of it. 3rd and 7, clock stop, 4.5 minutes to play.
Yeah, all this loss would really mean is that Jersey Shore is all but mathematically eliminated from being able to get the first seed, but of course Shamokin looked to be in control of that anyway.
3rd and 7, Pauling rolling left to pass, under pressure, jukes over one defender towards the out-of-bounds marker. He's just going to dump it away, incomplete. And I'll set up a 4th down and 7 in the last chance saloon for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so for Jersey Shore, this loss, what really means is there's no way that they're able to get that first seed. We mentioned that with the strength of schedule, they were still kind of in the hunt if they could finish strong, and maybe Shamokin drops the game, but a loss here all but eliminates that possibility. The big question becomes, though, what happens with Athens? Athens, when we last looked, was leading their game. We will get an updated score here in a moment of that game, but for Jersey Shore.
Back on the field here for Jersey Shore, 4th and 7. Pauling empty backfield to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Tries to take it himself. Rolls out to the right side. Being chased down. Throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Pauling was being chased ferociously by Grayson Simpson. No one was open upfield as it was deflected on the pass. A turnover on downs, and Scranton can see it out from here with 4.5 minutes left, beating the Bulldogs 44-19.
And we can confirm, much to I'm sure the chagrin of many Bulldog fans, Athens looks like they're going to hold on to win 34-7 against Muncie. So now again, the question becomes, it's the big thing, when the standings update, where does Jersey Shore sit? Do they keep the 2nd seed because of their vastly superior strength of schedule, or does Athens, being a 1-loss team, go over the now 3-loss Bulldogs?
A 1st and 10 now to the 36-yard line. McPartland in the gun and a 3-receiver set. And now a delay of game on my view. That's a bit of a rare one, a rare miscue for this team. And actually, we can announce now there looks to be a new quarterback in the midst here on this drive. It is a number 23 who is not on our roster sheet. Actually, correction, has Oliver Swingle, the sophomore. So Swingle, who is a transfer, played for Valley View last season, had just 1 pass attempt. That was an incompletion. Swingle 20 for 35 this season. The backup quarterback in. Swingle handed off to the tailback Prince. Gets it to the left side. Turns upfield inside the 40 and wrapped up outside of the hashes to the 38 as Luke Thompson wraps him up. A 2nd down and 12 after a 3-yard gain.
For Scranton Prep, they're going to run this clock under 4 minutes. Probably won't snap it till about 3:50 or 3:45 left on the clock. They'll be able to run this at the very least well under 3 minutes.
Prince now coming out of the game. It looks like Brandon Farmer, the sophomore tailback, is in. Swingle, the sophomore, has 3 touchdowns this season, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. Jersey Shore sticking with primarily their first-string defense. Swingle in the gun on 2nd and 12. Takes the snap. Handoff Farmer past the line of scrimmage and just shy of the 35-yard line to the 36. That'll gain 2 more and set up a 3rd down and 10. And now we see some changes, more changes. Liam Haggerty in the game for Scranton. And a couple of changes now for the Bulldogs as Jacob G comes into the game on the defensive line. And another change in the secondary for the Bulldogs as well. As we'll get the await of that one. 3rd down and 10 to the left side 35. Swingle in the gun. Just over 3 minutes to play. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Swingle takes the snap. Handed off to the tailback Prince. Gets upfield past the line of scrimmage and down shy of the line to gain to the 32, maybe the 31. That'll be a good pickup of about 4 or 5. And that'll set up a 4th and medium. And now a question for what Scranton will do here.
I wouldn't be surprised if Scranton Prep they try to go for it here and just end the game on this drive, because if they're able to pick up the 4th down, it means they can run out the rest of the clock. Maybe you trot out your field goal kicker, try to test his range, see how far he can hit it, although this would be an incredible field goal if he's able to hit it from this far out. So I think the Cavaliers are just going to go for it here and try to end the game on this drive.
I don't know if the kicker, Tyler Bianchi, has a 49-yarder in his back pocket. So on 4th down, it looks like they'll stay in the huddle and Scranton will take a timeout. And it'll be their 2nd of the game, of the half rather. With 2 minutes and 19 seconds left, Scranton 44, Jersey Shore 19. And you look at this from the Bulldogs' perspective, Ryan. You got Central Mountain next week, a team that historically they've done very well against. And you wonder how much of real help that game can be even against Central Mountain next week, when most likely the opponent in the playoffs will be against Athens 2 weeks from now for Jersey Shore. A lot of questions to be had about whether the Bulldogs can improve on the defensive side of the ball, because this is another team that has put up 40 points or more against Jersey Shore. And you look at historically, this is now the third time in 4 games a team's put up 40 points or more, and the 4th time in the last 6 games. So 4th down and 6. Scranton's offense still on the field with Swingle in the gun. Criswick motions left to right. Swingle reading signals, takes the snap, blitz coming. He's got fired over the middle. It's caught for the first down inside the 25 to the 20, outside the numbers 15, 10, 5, touchdown Scranton. And another score for the Cavaliers. It's Sean McCormick, the senior, with just his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. And if the previous score was the cherry on top, this is the garnish on the side. It is Scranton 50, Jersey Shore 19. And now the 2nd time in 3 games that a team has put up a 50-piece on the Bulldogs.
And on that play there, Swingle just found an unmarked receiver down the field. You mentioned McCormick left wide open and was able to run it in for the end zone for the score, and all that is for Scranton Prep is just the cherry on top.
So now Bianchi's point after attempt to make it 51-19, and he will do just that. Only a missed extra point away from matching Hollidaysburg's 52 points that they scored against Jersey Shore just 2 weeks ago. And we were just talking about the defensive struggles for the Bulldogs. That is not going to help.
And that's one thing that I think Jersey Shore is really going to need to take a look at away from this game. You mentioned the scoring. Hollidaysburg puts up 52. Williamsport put up 40. Delaware Valley put up 42. Last week they gave up over 20 points. So it's been a lot of struggles for Jersey Shore on the defensive end. And when you get to the playoffs, Athens, again, we just mentioned, they won their game 34-7. So that is an offense that can put up points. For Jersey Shore, there's a lot to look at from this game. And as a whole, this is a team that's expecting to make a deep run into playoffs, but they're going to need to clean up some things on the defensive side if they want to do just that.
Scranton has now scored 35 points or more in all 5 of their wins this season when the final whistle goes in this one. They did not shut out Jersey Shore, which Scranton has done in their last 2 victories. However, it is the offensive side of the ball for Scranton that makes the difference. Jersey Shore with questions looming. With playoffs to come in a couple of weeks in Central Mountain next week, there's another squib kick up the middle. Fielded this time at the 30-yard line. The up man tries to return it, takes it to the right side. Up, and that's a big tackle to the 35-yard line. Excellent form from Sal Tallarico. As Luke Ryan, a bit shaken up after that one. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 35, and just over 2 minutes left to play and 3 timeouts to look for a consolation.
From Jersey Shore, that's the question is, what do they try to do here? Do they try to find another score, or do they just run the clock out to end the game?
Looks like the 2nd string is out onto the field here for the Bulldogs. The first one that ran out, Mitchell Watkins, the sophomore, who is on the offensive line. We will await the personnel when it's available. The quarterback is Hayden Kelly, the sophomore. Only pass attempt against Shikalemi this season. 2 receivers right and 1 left for Kelly in the gun. Motion man right to left is Pats. Kelly takes the snap. We'll hand it off to the tailback up the middle. Gets past the line of scrimmage is Jason Jennings, the freshman, past the 35 into the 37 for a 2-yard scamper. Less than 2 minutes left to play. We are still looking at all the changes being made. Dalton Rerig, the sophomore, typically one of the first names out of the reserves, is in at receiver to the right side. On a 2nd down and 8, Kelly looks to be a passing set with 4 receivers out. It is going to be win number 100 for the Scranton head coach Terry Gallagher as Pats makes the reception to the 40. And there is a Gatorade bath on the near sideline for Terry Gallagher in what will be the 100th win of his career with Scranton. The Gatorade bath you might have actually seen on the near side. Good shout to Tom Fleming who got that. On the field here as Aiden Pats made the reception past the 40 into the 41. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. Had to get a lot out of that on that play. 3rd down and 4. Kelly making the completion. Takes a high snap. Looks to throw. Quick fire left side. Catch is made or no. Incomplete. The intended target through the basket was the receiver on that far side. And on 4th down and 4, Scranton will change the personnel, but it looks like the offense for the Bulldogs will stay on the field with just over a minute left, and 4th and 4 at their own 41.
I'll tell you what, Scranton Prep running out the punt unit. Jersey Shore, they were not.
Kelly in the gun, trying to move the chains here. Dumps it off right side, and it is incomplete. The intended target wasn't able to haul it in, and that is going to just about be that. Cameron Sincox was the intended view there. First down and 10, and Scranton can run it out.
And now the big question becomes for Jersey Shore. You mentioned the game next week against Central Mountain. They return home for their home finale and regular season finale as well. I'm interested to see how the Bulldogs will respond going into that game, as what could really end up being a get-right game and more of a tune-up game for Jersey Shore as they go ahead into the playoffs.
So first down and 10, ball at the 41-yard line, as Scranton will break the huddle for the final time and will most likely just kneel it out here from here. Swingle has been the typical quarterback. He's back in. Two receivers on the right side. A new tailback is in the game as Jersey Shore puts their second-string defense. It looks like this is not a kneel, as Swingle, or rather it's a different quarterback now in the game, takes the snap. The number 17 for Scranton, that is Owen Jeffers, handing it off to the tailback inside the 40. He took it to the 39. Second down and 8, and time for one last play. And a reminder to tune in. This is just the start of action on the Bear Country Sports Network. Lock Haven football. I already accidentally said Lock Haven on this broadcast. They're back tomorrow, homecoming against a team in purple. It is Westchester. Coverage starts at 11:30 on the Bear Country Sports Network tomorrow morning. The new quarterback, Jeffers, in the gun, takes the snap. Handoff, tailback up the middle. That's the line of scrimmage, and down at the 36, 20 seconds left. The Bald Eagles will not take a timeout. And so Jersey Shore suffering their third defeat of the season. They lose to Scranton Prep, a final score of 51-19. And Ryan, definitely a stunner. We didn't expect it. Time to give our player of the day for what most likely will be Scranton. Ryan, who do you got?
Well, for me, it's quarterback Will McPartland. He was the leader of this Scranton offense in this game. He was really the catalyst that made this Scranton team go. Ended up with 4 combined total touchdowns, 3 on the ground, 1 through the air. McPartland just seemed unstoppable at times. And shout out also to Noah Krisovich. He was the other one who could be considered as player of the game. Both of them had fantastic performances, but I think McPartland, being the quarterback, the leader of the offense, and he led his team to a big win.
So Jersey Shore drops to 6-3. They're back at home against Central Mountain next week. Scranton Prep will improve to 5-4. And they're back against North Pocono, who is undefeated this season. A big game for them. That is going to wrap things up then. From Dunmore High School, for our executive producer Dave Stratton, our director Tom Fleming, color commentator Ryan States, I'm Nicolas Severini saying so long from Dunmore. Your final score, Jersey Shore 19, Scranton 51.
Thanks for listening to tonight's game, brought to you by TLC Fuels, Napa, Jason Eberhardt State Farm Insurance, All Round Tire, B.A. Mikesell Electric, Journey Bank, Dotterer Equipment, Twilight Diner, Doug at Alexander Kia, Burgandy, Gleghorn and Hafley Insurance, Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, Susquehanna Trailways, Reese's Print Shop, Ham's Disposal, C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, Hollick's Colon Oil, Creek Unique Candles and more, Tightrope Films, Charles Construction, Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, Kleiny's Furniture, Figure Insurance, and T-Mobile on the Bear Country Sports Network and CentralPASports.com.